Yeah, no, I skipped in there, so. Yeah, 500, bump. Somebody yelled there. Oh, there it is. Hey, Mr. Paranoid, yeah. Let me just snap the beam mode. Yeah, it's a little bit more. What's going on there, Mr. Paranoid? Yeah, you're sounding good downtown. No pain. Like 10 S units. Roger.
Roger. Downtown, the Hampshire. Yes, sir. I do hear you up there, Bruce. I hear you too, Bruce. I hear you.
Roger there, Paranoid. Get ready to begin that transmission. Yep, no pain, Paranoid. Roger.
You're on your way home, Archer.
Go ahead. How about it, Mr. B?
Well, I'm in Montana.
That's Clearwater yelling at you via Paranoid.
Mr. Paranoid, Mr. Paranoid.
Oh, it's Clearwater there, Paranoid.
54 in Maine. I can hear 54 in Maine. Who's that 54 in Maine?
Is that car 54?
Yeah, where are you? Where's that 54 in Maine? I want to know that one too, Paranoid. I can hear him. Where's that 54 in Maine? Downtown Lewiston, heard you.
Oh, nah, you're still wet behind the ears.
How about it, Mr. B?
All right, I heard you there, Clearwater.
I turned my beam around.
There you go. Oh, I get you loud and clear now.
Yep. How you doing?
Really good, yeah, absolutely. No, you got it coming in nice and clear up here. Good job, that's for sure.
And four. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, doing a good job with that antenna for sure. What are you running for a beam?
Joe gun.
10-4 in the Joe gun. Oh yeah, nice antennas.
Joe gun, 4x4 cross here.
Roger that on the 4x4 cross on, what was that, Bruce? Bruce is running a 4x4 cross.
102-inch whip here.
102-inch whip there. Who's that with a 102-inch whip?
My name is Gary.
Road radio 0406. All righty. Well, we got you up here in the state of Maine, 269er.
269. 269. Good evening, Mr. Playboy. I hear a fixer out there.
That's my old stomping ground, Kerry, up in Maine.
Sideband night. With a bunch of fellows checking in, tuning in.
Yeah, they're blasting in here.
Roger, blasting in there. Well, we had a little sideband group. We get together on Thursday nights out here, so we tried it anyway.
I did hear
Well, I gotta tell you one thing. It sounds good to hear that good old Maine accent.
Roger that. Oh, it's a good old Maine accent.
You don't have an accent up here. Everybody else has an accent.
Yeah, well, my whole family's from Maine. I was the only kid born out of Maine, and spent all my summers up there. And people keep telling me I talk funny.
That's because you do.
God, I don't think you talk funny.
You hear that, Kerry? They're picking at me.
Typical Mainers.
Yeah, but where I live now, you can't get there from here.
Hiya.
Yeah.
2112, you wrecked my reputation.
Don't shoot Skip.
One time, now everybody knows it.
00, Jim, shooting Skip.
This is the 00 in the state of Maine. Copy?
Hey, Kerry, I'll catch you later. I'm going to go take a shower and head upstairs and charge a little handheld.
I can hear that 00. Hey, Mr. Paranoid, I can hear that 00. Where is he?
Yeah, he's down here in Portland there, Roger.
Copy, yep.
Where is that 00, Mr. P? Oh, Roger in the Portland. Yeah, no pain. Beam's in the wrong way. 00 down here in Portland. Nice.
Well, I don't know. Must be my voice.
Oh, I have to do it. Come around 00 a little bit.
00, Big Jim Thunder.
Here's 00. Hey, 00, what's going on down there around Portland?
Yeah, you guys doubled.
Thank you. Hey, 00 on the double. What's going on there around Portland? We're going to have to wait real quick. Get 500 down here around Lewiston. Big signal.
Nothing going on in Portland. Pretty dead. John Street. That is the doorknob.
Roger. I just want to look at the signal. You got 9 by 10 here downtown Lewiston. I never hear Portland. All right there, 00, out of the way. But yeah, it's your 500 down here around the Hancock, down here on Sagadahoc Street. I'm just going to listen.
All right, then. You have a fine one. My name's Jim.
Roger, Jim.
I think it's that QT40, Jim. You're sounding good, my man. Yeah, I know. I haven't even cranked up the quad since I got there. Why bother? Yep, just sitting here looking stupid. And that's that D104 on that, Jim? Yeah, I got a 910 on it. Gotcha. Yep, gotcha. Normally I had the little K-beep on, but I think people get sick of it. No, you sound good, man. You're booming up here, no doubt about it. That old radio's working great. Oh, I got no squawks. No squawks at all. And it kind of makes me feel good when I get the reports like that. That's wild, man. You know, such a cheap little radio, and yet, yeah, simple. That's all you need. Oh, yeah. This was cheaper than my quad. That's it. I see they had the QT60 there for $219 the other day. Yep. Yeah, I got the email from somebody. Yeah, I'm sure Rodney sent it along to you. Yeah, he's a good old guy.
I can hear you way out here,
What was that? Yeah, send me up L.A.
he's getting geared up for the Fiat festivities tonight, so he probably won't come back until around 8.
There's something going on with your radio. Your audio's sounding horrible right now.
Yeah, that's why somebody came with me.
Who was that, John?
Nah, you sound like shit.
Yeah, somebody up in Lewiston, Auburn. I can't tell who that one was.
Thanks. I got Sideswiper here in Auburn.
Swiper!
Good evening, Sideswiper. What's going on in Auburn?
Yeah, I hear Paranoid out there. I don't know, Jim, can you hear him down in Portland there? Can you hear Paranoid? What do you
Hello, Swiper. Can you hear me up here? Waldeboro, what's there, Swiper?
Yeah, Cumberland County right there now. Cumberland's coming in pretty good.
Yeah, I hear you, Paranoid. I do, but there's a lot of traffic in there. I didn't want to step on it.
Swiper in Auburn, what's going on?
Yeah, there's a lot of noise in there, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I hear you loud and clear. No problem at all. Paranoid, there's just a lot of traffic. I didn't want to step on it.
Oh, yeah, roger that. I get that. I know it is. There's a lot of traffic sometimes. But anyway, I wanted to say hi and see what's going on in Auburn.
Everything's good here, man. Good to hear you in there.
Roger, roger. Yeah, nice to hear you as well.
Old 1060 in SoCal.
Sounding good as usual.
Good evening there, Roger.
269, Mr. Paranoid.
Howdy, neighbor.
Howdy, howdy. Who else is that? Who's out there saying copying you? Roger that. 54 is Farmingdale. 54 is Farmingdale, Maine. I hear you. 269, Mr. Paranoid over here in Waldoboro. No, thank you. Appreciate them flowers for sure. What's going on there, Novocaine?
I'm on. Just turn it on, see what's going on.
Roger that. Absolutely. Yeah. We're just getting going, I guess. Well, nobody's checked in yet. Not till 8 o'clock, right? Not till Radio Man takes the check-in.
Good evening, Novocaine. Bruce from Fairfield. Say hello.
Good evening, Bruce. Right back there. Good evening. How you been?
Pretty good.
Good evening at Novocaine, 500 down here in Lewiston.
Good evening, 500. How are you?
Hanging out.
Pop, pop, pop. Hey, handsome.
Hello, Mr. Paranoid.
Hello, who's that? Is that Wingnut?
Yes, sir.
What is going on, Wingnut? You coming in good over here tonight?
Yeah, you're sounding good over here as well. Just thought I'd get in there and say hello.
Roger, roger.
Hey, Moose in the chat. Yes, I am on the beam. Oh, no, I'm not. I just looked. I thought I was. I'm on the Omni. I can flip over to the beam if you want. Just about ready to get started here. Let's see. Am I going out here? Let me see. Hello, hello. Oh, let's see. That's a little soft. Let's bump that up a little bit. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, 1 2 1 2. A little bit more. 1 2 1 2. That should be better. Yeah. So, anyways, Moose, to answer your question, I am on the Omni.
Hello, neighbor. I heard you the first time, but, I didn't want to take up traffic or whatever.
Oh, I meant to ask you. Did you get your you grabbed your ladder?
I did. I assumed you checked your cameras to see who stole it.
I just was hoping that I hope Swiper went and got his ladder because it's not there.
Yes, I did. Thank you for keeping it safe.
Hi, 10-4.
What a nice guy. The Swiper described my shit. Try it again. I think that would fix it. Yeah, that fix it. Go out there, go down. I'll shoot fucking you up. I'm sorry. I'm not understanding you.
120 Northwest Washington. That was the problem I was having.
Well, I don't happen to have any shit knobs, and other people can understand me. Neighbor, are you understanding fix it, or is it just my end?
Oh, he's sounding real low, and let me move the beam.
Fix it. You don't sound good. You sound like you're warbling. If I need to make a playback to make you convinced that no one's pulling your leg, you do not sound good. You're very difficult to understand.
Roger, you man, thank you. Wake up. Give him a shot.
Hey, can I jump in here for a second?
Go ahead.
Thought I missed the pipeline. You got a copy? Northwest Washington takeoff. Yes, I got a good copy on you on the skip's not keying up, but wanted to say hello. I know you've been trying to get in there a little bit. A lot of traffic going on here in town, but I want to let you know you're sounding good and getting out pretty good tonight.
A lot of traffic.
Live going, so if you want to check out how you sound,
look for the, I don't know how many others got the live going, but look for the round meter for the unit in Washington. You are swinging up to a 3.
I got the 15 dB over at
Once the actual 8 o'clock comes around here and starts up, I want to stay quiet. I'll probably watch it on YouTube, actually, because I know I can't hear a lot of you people, and I can get in the way of other people, so I'll just stay quiet.
It don't even work.
Slap them antennas, boys.
Yeah, radio don't even work.
36 pounds.
Don't feel bad. Neither does mine.
Just checking to make sure you guys are hearing me okay in the chat.
Everyone needs to vote.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to get started here in a few minutes for Maine SideBanders. I think the skip's going to be somewhat okay, I hope. And just kind of letting you guys know before we get started tonight, we're going to try to we're going to start with by county, and we're going to work our way from the north to the south. So hopefully you guys know what county you're in, but I'll call out the counties, and please just check in if you're only in that county. And we're just trying to help some of the guys a little farther out to get checked in a little easier than some of the guys that are kind of closer to me. So Cobra's going to be in there too, and he'll help relay. He should be able to hear most everybody that I can't hear. And so, you know, we'll get started with the northernmost counties, and we'll work our way south, and then last but not least, we'll pick up New Hampshire, but we want to do that to help those guys a little farther north. So I just kind of want to let you guys know that before we get started.
God, I'll be in bed by the time you get to me.
I know, Jim. Well, you know, we'll try to flip it around. Someone suggested that we do AARP card-carrying members on the following week. How's that sound? Oh, come on. Jim loved it.
Jim, I was suggesting a Blue Air special, but I didn't get any comments. Well, you better watch it. You're almost in York County.
All right, guys. Well, let's get this Maine SideBanders started here. It's close enough. We're 3 minutes off. Everyone's in here hanging out. So anyways, welcome everybody to Maine SideBanders tonight. And appreciate everyone showing up. I already went through. I'll call out the different counties there, and hopefully we can just get the check-ins from those counties. We'll try to do it that way, and hopefully, like I said tonight, you know, we're gonna find out. Are we gonna be able to understand Fix-It's radio? I have no idea. Probably not. Is Regal's radio gonna be on frequency? Maybe not. Is Screwdriver gonna have questions? Probably will. So anyways, I highly doubt it, but we're going to start out with Aroostook County. So I think this is going to be a quick one, but we're going to cover all 16 counties. So I'll throw it out there. Anyone in Aroostook County, I highly doubt we're going to get anybody, so this might be a quick one. So Aroostook County. Cobra, you getting anything for Aroostook County? All right, I figured not, but we covered it anyways. All right, how about Piscataquis County? Piscataquis County. We got anyone in Piscataquis County? How about you, Cobra? You hearing anything? All right, copy that. Penobscot County. Any stations from Penobscot County? Penobscot County. Come now, if you can hear me. All right, Cobra. Any stations on Penobscot County?
Nothing I can tell.
Okay. And I swung the beam to the north here. How about Somerset County? Somerset County. We have any stations in Somerset County?
Yeah, Moose from Somerset County, Fairfield.
Okay, I copied you direct, Moose, in Somerset County. Try it one more time and I'll give you an S-meter reading.
Yeah, Moose here in Fairfield, Somerset County. I'm struggling now.
Okay, Moose, yeah, we got you good. You're about S5 swinging up to S6. I am on the beam, roughly pointing in that direction. Any more stations in Somerset County? Somerset County. Yeah, thank you, Let me try that again. Thank you, Cobra. I did copy 029 direct, and we do have 029. Thank you, Floyd, for checking in there, Somerset County. Any other stations in Somerset County?
Why, thanks for the wave, man. Operator Dale,
029, 029. I do copy you direct. I copy you direct, Floyd. We have you checked in from Somerset County. Yeah, you might want to let Floyd know that I got him, Cobra, and maybe throw out a holler for any more stations in Somerset County if you don't mind.
Hey, 029, he got you down. He got you down on the roster. Are there any other people? Somerset County? I want to check in. Please let us know.
029, Somerset County. You got 500 Maine, Lewiston. Right back at you.
All right, not hearing any of the stations, Somerset County. I doubt we're going to get anyone in this one. Will be a quick one. How about Washington County? Washington County. Any stations from Washington County? Cobra, you copying anything? I doubt we're getting anything. It'll probably be a quick one.
Yeah, I'm going to try it there, radio man. 029, right back at you, 500. I heard you yell back at me. Somerset County, right there, bro.
I'm there, 500.
There you go. Not the beam right up that way. 029, Somerset County.
All right, we're just going to keep talking here. How about Hancock County? Hancock County. We got any stations in Hancock County? Please come now. Hancock County. Cobra, you copying anyone in Hancock County? Copy that. All right, moving on. County number 7, Waldo County. Any stations in Waldo County? Stations in Waldo County.
Where is Waldo?
That's right. All right, Cobra, if just jump in. I won't keep throwing it back to you. I'm not hearing anybody, so if you hear anything, just holler.
Yeah, copy that.
All right, we're getting a little farther south here. I expect business to start picking up here. Kennebec County. Any stations in Kennebec County? Was that Rascal I heard? Was that Rascal? Yeah, Cobra, you might have to relay. I got my beam a little north. Was that Rascal?
I am getting DX over whoever that is trying to come in.
All right, let me try moving the beam to the east here. I'm sure if that's Rascal, he's probably on QRP power here. Rascal, is that you trying to check in Kennebec County? All right, negative copy. Any other stations in Kennebec County? Any other stations in Kennebec County? All right, not hearing anything. We'll move on. Franklin County. Any other stations in Franklin County?
Frankfort, Maine.
What county is that?
Night train was trying to check in.
Franklin County. I repeat, Franklin County. Franklin County.
Night train in Frankfort. I got you over here with Waldo there, night train.
Hey, thank you very much, Paranoid. I copied the relay for Night Train. Thank you.
Hey, Newport, what's your 20? You didn't get your radioed in. You got Harry and Newport also. Late check-in.
Yeah, no problem, Moose. I copy Harry and Newport. Thank you very much, Harry and Newport. Yeah, if you get missed, that's not the end of the world. But anyways, thank you, Moose, for the relay.
Newport?
All right, we got any more before we move on? Franklin County before we move on. All right, we're going to move on to Knox County. Any stations in Knox County? We're just about coming down here, a little over the halfway point here. Knox County. Anyone getting any relays on Knox County?
Anybody from Knox County checking in? Hello, Maine SideBanders.
Did you get anything, Paranoid?
433 from Hancock County checking in.
133, Hancock County.
Yep, copied 433, Hancock County. Okay, we got them down here. All right, moving on to Lincoln County. Who we got in Lincoln County? Lincoln County.
What a loser. Mr. Paranoid.
Yeah, no, not getting anything on Lincoln County, unless anyone's getting anything over that.
Mr. Paranoid and Novocaine. They're both from Lincoln County.
Thank you very much, Cobra. Give me a second to write that down. Mr. Paranoid and Novocaine. All right, copy that. Let's see. We're going to move on. Sagadahoc County. Sagadahoc County. Who we got in Sagadahoc County?
Steel Toe here checking in. Sagadahoc County.
Hey, Steel Toe. Good hearing from you. Checking in. And sounding good. All right. Who else we got Sagadahoc County?
Clearwater, Thompson.
All right. We got Clearwater and Topsom. Sounding good over there, Clearwater. Who else we got in Sagadahoc County? Too much echo. Try that again. Try that again. You had too much echo. Yeah, I'm not making you out. I can't understand you. Can you do it a little bit more? You're still a little tough to understand. You're getting better. Who is this? You're getting a little bit better, but who is this? Yeah, I couldn't make out. Anyone make out who that is?
Sounded like somebody Pownell? Sound like Pownell.
Was it the rooster?
It's Runt in Bowden.
Oh, right.
Okay, Runt. So yeah, you have some audio issues. You're a little tough to understand. You got a lot of signal, but it's a little difficult to understand you, Runt. Okay, Floyd. Who is it? Relay it, Floyd. Okay, I think you said the handle or the name was Jay in Wilton. Did I get that?
Appreciate that.
Okay, I copied Jay in Wilton, Maine. Jay in Wilton, Maine. No problem on the late check-in. All right, before we move on, is there anyone else in Sagadahoc County? All right, we're going to move on. Androscoggin County. Androscoggin County.
Wingnut and Auburn.
Okay, I got Wingnut and Auburn. Who else we got? Who is that? You sound a little off frequency. Yeah, try that again. A few of you guys doubled. That person sounds off frequency, whoever that was in Lewiston. Oh, okay, Joker. Yeah, having a little hard time understanding you, Joker.
207 minus.
Okay, I got 207 in mine it. 207 in mine it. Copy. Anyone else for Androscoggin County?
You got Swiper in Auburn.
Hey, Swiper in Auburn. The man, the myth, the legend, the community standard violation, as we know it.
That's right, your own personal troll.
Who else? Now, I haven't heard him. He's been chomping at the bit to talk all night. 500. Why hasn't he checked in? It's Androscoggin County.
Oh, I can do it. 500, 500, checking in. Bump, bump.
All right, 500. Who else we got in Andros? Oops, I doubled and I doubled somebody. Go ahead.
Trying to say Hawkeye, trying to check in.
Okay, go ahead, Hawkeye, but I think I heard you.
Hawkeye lives involved. Over.
Okay, we got you, Hawkeye.
Signal?
Try. Jesus, try it again there, Hawkeye. I'll take a look at the meter. I was writing in the book.
Precatory valve is wide open. I need that signal report.
Yeah, I got you S7 swinging to S8.
Oh, yeah, downtown, what, 755, maybe?
Holy crap, you're swinging like crazy there, 500.
Can't be doing work.
All right, who else we got for Androscoggin County? Anyone else before we move on? Androscoggin County.
Snowman from Lewiston.
Okay, I copied Snowman and Lewiston. Did I get that right?
10-4.
Well, hey, welcome to Maine SideBanders there, Snowman. Anyone else from Androscoggin County? All right, well, that person's not allowed. Androscoggin County. Anyone else? Androscoggin County.
Why would you do that?
All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to Oxford County. Oxford County. Yeah, I wasn't getting anyone. Oxford County, Oxford County.
We got a nice thing in, but Nick's just trying to check in, and I'm just going to go out on a limb, and if it's the pipeline, probably going to want to check in too.
Okay, copy Fix It and Pipeline from Oxford County checking in. Fix It and Pipeline. Thank you.
Roger. Hey, you hear me better on this radio?
Yeah, who is that I'm hearing better? Who is that?
Mr. Fix It on a different radio.
Yeah, throw that other radio out. And someone was trying to check in 505. 505, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Steve, new to the channel here, from Bone Crusher TV. My buddy there, Paul, and this is Steve, 505 Maine, from the south side of Androscoggin. At the TV Hatton.
Okay, what was your location again, 505? Repeat your location.
He said it was Steve, 505 Maine.
Okay, J Maine, is that what I heard? J?
I believe he said Can. Did you say Can? Yeah, alright, we'll wait till after.
Hampton, Maine.
Yeah, I think I heard Hamden. Hamden?
Hampton, Maine, is like north of Waldo, something like that.
505, Steve from Canton.
You know, it's right on the other side of Turner, I think. Around Livermore area.
Okay, copy that. Yeah, it's just one of those towns. Hamden, Hampton, Camden. I'm like, what the hell? It's just one of those towns. It's not translating well to me for some reason. All right, is there anyone else in Oxford County?
I got Tasman 476.
All right, Taz, we got you over there in Pownell there. All right, we're going to move on. Cumberland County, Cumberland County.
Sorry about that. Didn't mean to break in on that Oxford County, but figured I'd just chime in for a sec.
41, Cape Elizabeth checking in.
All right, I got you, 4107. Do you got a copy on Radio Man?
Go ahead, Radio Man.
We got you checked into Maine SideBanders from Cape Elizabeth. Who else we got from Cumberland County?
Oh, wait a minute, I just woke up. Jim in Portland.
Oh, Jim in Portland. Boy, you sound really good, Jim.
Well, thank you.
Who else we got down in Cumberland County? We got two more stops. Well, actually, one more county after this. Who else we got?
You got Andy and Rice Tea over here in Wyndham.
Copy that on Andy and Rice Tea in Wyndham. And yeah, thanks for making it out to Sideband tonight. Sounding good over here, Andy. And we're hearing you real good on Sideband. Who else we got for Cumberland County? Copy that on Steve and Sopo. Steve and Sopo. Did I get that right? Yeah, okay. Who else we got in Cumberland County? Cumberland County.
Hey, you got Buffoon over here in Cumberland.
Copy that on the Buffoon, I think otherwise known as Bear in Cumberland.
Roger.
All right, who else we got in Cumberland County? Cumberland County. Man, this is the most check-ins from Cumberland County in a while.
I think I'm from Cumberland. I'm not really sure.
My God, that thing's so loud.
Oh man, yeah, I wasn't sure how this DAC was going to sound on sideband. It could be horrible, so I'll be quiet. But yes, screwdriver checking in.
That's freaking loud beep here, Bob. What the fuck is that?
All right, we got any other stations? Cumberland County. Any other stations? Cumberland County.
That old DAC sounds next.
All right, we're going to move on to York County. York County. Any stations in York County? Come now. Stations in York County. Yeah, all right, well, let's see. I'll give it one more try. York County, York County. We got any stations in York County?
Yes, you can't hear him. Pigpen just said he was checking in. York County, I believe he's an OB.
I copied him there. I was just writing it down. But yeah, Pigpen, we got you in OOB. Any other stations in York County? I swung the beam down to the south there. Maybe extend the reach down. York County. Last county, York County.
Hey, old Pigpen buddy, what are you doing?
All right. Let's see here. How about last one? We'll take anyone from the state of New Hampshire. Last one before we open it up. Anyone in the state of New Hampshire? All right, we got 2020 Cyclops. Last call for the state of New Hampshire. Last call, state of New Hampshire. Anyone in the state of New Hampshire?
Cyclops 2020.
Cyclops 2020 is checking in.
Yeah, I got... All right, I got Cyclops 2020. I got Cyclops. Is there anyone else? All right, I think we're going to call it there.
Kia keeps having an issue here and there, like cutting out, just an FYI.
Yeah, I think I have a power supply shitting the bed on me.
Is it open season now?
It's open season. Everyone go ahead. Everyone just, undo your pants.
All right, 500, now's your chance, you dumbass. Yeah.
Wow, those are very nice. Who let this up? I was dumbass. What the hell? Those are very nice.
Hero.
You hurt my feelings again.
What is that, Big Ben? You got a coffee?
Go ahead, Swiper. Your channel. I'm fine.
Big Ben.
What about Big Ben?
He's doing roll call, and you're interrupting all the time. Now's your time.
No, I had to talk back to him. But I didn't hear. I'm going to come the other direction. But...
Oh, you got fish out here.
I didn't know. Wow.
It is a lively bunch tonight.
A lot of guys. Come on, there, Big Ben. You got a coffee?
I heard again. Bend over a little bit. Hey, what was the cow radio, man?
Give me a minute. I'll get back to you.
Roger that, Cyclops 2020. I hear you loud and clear up here in Waldo, Maine.
Overdrive. 5 to 7. 5 to 7.
Sure, but hey, whoever it is, I'm waving back at you.
Roger that.
Absolutely. Mr. Paranoid up here, Waldo.
Hey, Paranoid, how's it going, my friend? Sounded good. I got a copy on you. Obviously, we got the channel to ourselves. Throwing you the wave, my friend. Always good hearing you way up there in Waldo.
Cyclops 2020.
appreciate it. Some of you guys, I don't know if you're overdriving them or just real loud to me tonight. I see the speaker in this radio too, I don't know.
It's probably that, or, you know, this is kind of close too.
Tonight too, let me tell you, you were actually walking all over radio, man. Not figured as much, so.
Cool. All I want to know is what time my donut's going to be here in the morning.
Oh man, you're not moved anywhere yet.
You guys out there tonight, sir,
You remember.
flipping or, you know.
I'll have your home warming waiting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you don't need them early, I might deliver. Oh, okay.
Rodney. Is that the real Jim or the one who's in fostering? I don't know what's going on up there in Portland. I don't know. He does sound like sounds like the same one that was shooting skip to me on this channel. It was an awesome double key. It was like a quadruple key. Good job. Yeah.
Only we can do it.
Yeah, we'll wait till the key, but sit there listening for a few minutes.
No tower, no power.
Anyway, that's the thing.
Where's the reason in that?
Cyclops, take it up, Ron.
Now we can hear you, dude. I got a big signal on you, dude. You're coming in just as strong as Radio Man and Screwdriver. Except Screwdriver has that wind-up music box going on tonight. Yeah, I thought I turned it off, but yeah, I'm on this old DAC and I'm not sure. There's all kinds of buttons and toys. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good over here. Roger. It don't sound as good as Jim's QT40, but it sounds good. Ouch. Hey guys, just so you can hear me. I know you got to open up the DAC, put the QT40 in it, and then it'll work good.
Holy smokes, it's oh, thanks there, Swiper, on the haircut. Let's see. Squid Knocket checking in from the 203. President Richard Radio is a 4-pill you'd recommend. I mean, the Texas Star DX500s. I mean, if you just need something to bump it up a little bit, the RM Italy, the KL503s aren't bad. I don't know. I mean, I don't think you need, unless you think you need a competition box, like a custom built one, but I don't know what kind of operating to do.
Shut up.
Hey, you must have fiddled with something. Ain't sounding as good now. It doesn't sound good half the time anyways. How can you tell? Yeah, true.
What are you talking about, me? I'll shut down.
Oh. We wouldn't talk about you like that.
You double?
No, it's the DAC off frequency there. Double, triple. Big socks. I'm pulling back. I just want to give you some content.
What?
It's right next to that telephone. Where'd Radio Man go to get something to eat? Oh, time.
No, I'm right here. I just figured I'd done enough talking, so letting you guys have fun.
I'm over here, and it's hard to make out a single one of them.
Let me try that again. I've been in here. I was just letting you guys do some talking. I've been doing all the talking for the last 15 minutes.
I thought you were never going to eat Ben. We love you.
Somebody asked how many check-ins. 29 check-ins tonight. Yeah, and someone else said, oh, I didn't get a signal report. I try. Sometimes I forget. I get going, and I can't keep up, and I'm trying to write things down, and I was trying something different tonight with the county check-ins, and I don't know. It kind of felt like it didn't go well. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I have no idea, but we're trying something different.
I don't went well, fine. Good job, Birdman, good job. No apology needed. You did a good job, and nobody's perfect. Double D, 4 Clyde, checking in, number 30.
Still think you ought to have a flu in.
How long he said he was, I didn't check in yet.
All right, hold on a second. We got Double D in Port Clyde, and we got Regal over there in Dresden. And we got 7 in Chelsea.
7, where's your brother? Where's Goose Bay man there?
I think they didn't hear me ask if that blue air special.
I was trying to relay for you, Rod. I was trying.
We're going to do a blue hit special. We're all lining up for when you go silent key to buy your radio equipment cheap.
That's low.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of it before
Not too much.
somebody finds out and tells my wife what it's really worth.
He has him better.
Just do what I do. When someone's eyeing a piece of my old equipment, I tell like 47 different people when I drop dead, just tell my daughter I promised it to you.
I really bounce a basketball up.
Hey, Cyclops, I know a true story about that.
Yeah, come on. Tell the story there, yeah?
Well, I knew a guy that he had a, Dodge Super Bee. It was a, a hopped up muscle car. And he told a bunch of people in his family, and Screwdriver knows who I'm talking about. It's our mechanic. Before the guy passed away, he told a bunch of people in his family, you can have the Super Bee when I die. Well, my friend, he bought this guy's building, and part of the purchase and sale agreement was he got all the contents of the building, which included the Super Bee. And so when he took possession of the building, this guy passed away shortly after, and all the family members were showing up, and he told, like, everyone in the family they could have this Super Bee, and they were all looking for it, and he was like, too bad. When I bought the building, the part of the purchase and sale agreement included the contents of the building.
Yeah, 10 for beautiful.
Yeah, 500 keyed all over you there, but we got most of the story.
Oh, what a turd in the punch bowl.
Freaking turds in the punch bowl.
Basically, the shortened version of it is that somebody I know promised like 8 people they could have this Dodge Super Bee car, and then he passed away, and before he passed away, he sold the building to my friend, and part of the purchase and sale agreement is you could have the entire contents of the building, which included the Dodge Super Bee. So 8 of these people in this guy's family were showing up looking for the car.
And that's a 6-figure car, too.
So what happened? Who got the car?
My friend got the car. He got it as part of... I could tell you another funny story. I almost drove my snowmobile over the top of the car.
What, right off the bank and out back?
No, I was in the garage working on my snowmobile indoors, and the car was in the back of the garage. Well, I took the carburetor apart, and I took the slide out of the Mikuni carburetor, and you know how there's like a groove in the slide and there's a pin that the slide rides in? Well, I wasn't paying attention, and I put the slide 180 degrees out. And when I put it in and I screwed everything down, I didn't notice that it was like not going easy, and the throttle was full throttle. And I started the snowmobile without the kill tether attached to me, and the snowmobile took off across the garage at full speed, heading for the Super Bee.
Fucking hate when that happens.
So here I am running across the garage, and it's a friggin' it's a Scandic, and it's got a friggin' push bar on the front of it. It's a wide track, long track, and the thing's basically a tank for the snow. I'm chasing it across the garage. I had to jump on the running board and hit the kill switch.
Just gotta send it. I'm chasing after.
Is that the Super Bee that burnt?
No, it's still there.
I know another guy with a Super Bee bought it from a guy in New Gloucester. It burnt, and he totally rebuilt it.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that is the car. I know this car is all painted up and everything.
Oh, he sent it out to Vermont, and he got it back. This is years ago, but I don't know how old you are, but I used to work with a guy. He owns a Super Bee, but he said, yeah, he used to belong to a guy in New Gloucester or something like that, Gray, New Gloucester, and he always wanted it. Caught on fire, he bought it and had it sent out and restored.
Oh, no kidding. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of the guy that passed away. It's been so long.
First name wouldn't be Troy, would it?
No, that's not ringing a bell.
That's who owns it now. If it's the same car.
No, the guy that owns it now, his name is Doug.
Doug is,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm friends with the guy, but he does all my mechanical repairs.
Yeah, over there the roads, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got one in his garage. The day that the snowmobile took off, full corn across the garage, he come running in, he goes, "Please tell me that not just run into my Super Bee." I said, "No, I stopped it in time."
His or whose it is, but all I know is there's somebody that's got one that's being stored in an old chicken barn.
See, like Super Bee has a really big wing in the back. You got a Super Bee, it's not the big wing in the back.
Super Bird.
Just saying, not knowing. It's under any man. Now, a Super Bee is a real big wing in the back. You don't have one of those.
It was a Roadrunner with a wing because it was manufactured just for NASCAR, and then it was discontinued because it was too fast for NASCAR.
Yeah, something like the 3-foot wing in the back.
Yes, the wing's almost as tall as the roof line. It's a little ridiculous looking, and that was what gave it all its downforce and made it really cool, but yet, I don't know, not cool.
Got a long
question right there.
Yep. Than the Roadrunner.
Sorry, I just had to make these noises so I could see it on the SDR at Radio Man's.
Good on your echo.
It actually wasn't as I would have thought with the beeps and the noise. It would have had a bunch of spikes across the band, but it didn't look as bad as I would have thought it was. All right, now I'll shut them off.
This thing sounding good over there? That screwdriver?
Yeah, sounds real good to me. A little bit of background, but yeah, without having, I'm usually on the icon that has a slow AGC, so I'd never notice it. But yeah, sounds dead on for this thing. I don't know if this thing's actually on, but it sounds really good. CQ.
CQ, DX.
Go ahead, Mr. CQ. I think it was Hunter, but go ahead.
Oh, that's the one. CQDX, no pain, no strain, Hunter.
Yeah, 500, cheat up with you. Try it again. Was that you, Hunter? It sounded like you.
Yeah, he said it was Hunter.
Yeah, I thought so. It was just some noise and stuff coming from town.
Go ahead there, Hunter.
Hey, Screwdriver.
Yes, sir.
Don't let Greg know that you hooked that radio up.
Oh, this is the same one I had hooked up earlier in the week. It's not the old one from out back.
Roger.
I actually was going to go out back and maybe try to hook it up and try it on sideband, but I was running around in town and didn't quite have time yet.
Yeah, always on the go.
So it seems.
Hey, Screwdriver, how do we sound tonight?
Yeah, you sound good to me here on this thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, the meter's not real great. Everybody seems to stop at about a 6, so even radio man's like about a 6 or a 7. But yeah, I mean, you give me like a 3 or a 4, whatever that means on this thing. But sounds dead on frequency to where this thing is. Like I said, I have no idea if this thing's on or not.
Sounds pretty close to me.
Sounds good here.
Roger. Well, that is pretty promising.
Sounds on to me.
Must be the super scanner power.
Yeah. Wishful thinking.
Screwdriver, Floyd, just trying to wave below.
Good evening, Mr. Floyd. How goes it?
You running that old super scanner?
No, I blew that thing up.
Oh, you did? Oh, no. I know what
Yeah, actually, there's some here maniac. But I did run it for a while, but I had smoke come out of it for the Omni, so the magic network in the box went poof once you got over like 300 watts.
Well, I still have one up at my old man's house.
Oh, really?
Just what you need, another super scanner.
No, the elements, I think. Oh, the matchbox and shit's all there. It's just been sitting in the weeds.
Oh, shit. You'll definitely have to get a hold of me there. I could definitely use some spare parts.
Hey, Mr. Floyd, where are you at?
Floyd would be up there in Mercer, but he's not getting out.
Yeah, he's actually talking to pipeline.
Oh, is he? Okay. You can't hear pipeline either. A little bit, but not amazing.
Weren't they all just originally Avanti parts anyway?
Oh, I can hear you, pipeline. It's just hard. The receive on this old radio is probably not as good as it could be. We'll put it that way.
Radio. It's garbage.
I actually think I hear you, pipeline, more than Floyd. I hear Floyd, but it's rough on this radio.
Yo, alligator radio. Terrible.
Terrible, huh? Can't even hear you. And yes, you're not far from the truth there, Cyclops. It's definitely not the pristine thing.
That was a neat hybrid, and there's some tricks you can do to it. If you can get a hold of like that dude up in up outside of Chicago, Dennis Androscoggin, he can tell you some things to do to that radio, and you'll be amazed.
Jeez, I didn't think he was doing really well in health.
I haven't talked to Dennis in a dog's age, so I really don't know. But, yeah, dude, I'll look around. He sent me a bunch of stuff. I'll see if I can find it. I got the final mod here and a bunch of stuff Dennis gave me.
Roger. Yeah, he is a smart individual, that's for sure.
Dude, who do you think is behind all the Mako boxes? He's not a man of many words, but every sweep tube amp out of there, he was involved in at one point or another.
Well, he is the one with all the credit. He doesn't like to admit it, but with all the credit from Carl for the way that they do all the biasing, not technically AB, but the B biasing on the transistor boxes, and everybody has been copying that since 40 years. But yeah, the way he made it work on unregulated competition boxes with that sandbar resistor and the follow-on components, and the heat actually from the sandbar varies the voltage on the biasing. Very smart man.
Yeah, and for Dennis, is again, man, a few words and a little curmudgeon, and I didn't know he wasn't doing well, and I'll probably have to reach out to him. I do have his email address here.
Yeah, I mean, I don't talk to him regularly, but I thought a couple of those, about a year and a half ago, I thought I seen he was getting up there, and I mean, obviously we're all getting up there, but he had said something about not doing too well health-wise, but I haven't really seen anything from him in quite some time.
Thanks for spreading that news, whether it's rumor or otherwise. I will absolutely. I just made a note to give him an email tomorrow. and I will try to find that stuff out. He was kind enough to give me a whole bunch of stuff. As a matter of fact, the DP modulator I have here came from him.
Roger.
And that's the other thing you can't have.
Hey, Cyclops, I got you S6 swinging S7 on the Omni.
You know what, my friend? I appreciate it, believe it or not, tonight, because I think my little Texas Star box is getting old, like we were mentioning, Dennis, and I may have to have a secret with the aforementioned Carl at some point.
Yeah, I figured you mentioned it, so I figured I'd relay it back to you.
I can even hear you, Cyclops, in Auburn.
10-4 on the Auburn. I'm doing about the same. I'm a couple hundred whiskeys. Maybe I'm peaking up to 3, but it's not more than that.
Let me...
Signal on you, but you're doing good. I can hear you really well, and that's saying something. My receive is terrible.
Yeah, well, I got you, 4 over 5 maybe, yeah, so good coffee on you. I ran a few video games I posted up earlier, so we got to figure out who that imposter is in Portland. I think we can track him down, but I got his voice now.
Okay, we're picking you up near a 9 here in Wyndham.
Check on the 9 in Wyndham. All right, hey, that's good. That's damn good. I got you in there, my friend. 2 or 3 S units.
Hello, can you hear me? Mr. Paranoid.
Hello, CQ. Hello.
And Paranoid's talking. I can hear Paranoid, so I'll back it down, guys, and I'll listen. 2020 on the side.
Paranoid's trying to shout out.
Paranoid, holler it out to 2020. Can you hear me, 2020, Cyclops?
Yeah, Paranoid, I hear you fine, my friend. I always hear you.
All right, roger that. Yeah, I can hear you really good tonight. You give me almost up to the 5, so just about as good as the last time, up to a 5.
Yeah, check. I posted up a video gate so you can hear yourself down here, Roger.
Roger that, absolutely, Cyclops. No, you're doing a great job again tonight. 97 miles or whatever it is. It's a good trip from Waldo to Rochester, New Hampshire.
CQ breaker in there. Local here, I think. Go ahead, CQ.
Yeah, I heard that too, 500, Swiper.
Yeah, well, thank you guys for letting me get back through to Cyclops again. Appreciate that. And any QSKs out there, go ahead.
I think he may have given up.
I want to know who the imposter is in Portland.
The imposter in Portland?
Whatever I said. I heard a remark made.
Oh, it's going out for voice analysis right now. We'll get back to you.
Hey, Jim, turn down the Hallmark channel.
Oh, you can hear it?
Yeah, we know you're watching some movie about women who hate men.
Yeah, anybody who didn't like lady ballers.
That sucked. I'm watching X-Files.
Oh, X-Files. Hey, while I try it, I just want to try something real quick here. Hold on a second. Hey, how about that Floyd, 029, Floyd, you got a copy on Radio Man? Oh, damn radio don't even work.
Hey, Floyd, you still in here? Just checking. Nope, I can get up fine. He's just gone.
Oh, hey, Floyd. Floyd, you got a copy on Radio Man?
Yeah, I sure do there.
All right, just checking. I just wanted to know. I should be pointed roughly in your direction.
Well, you're throwing a good signal up here. I got you at about anywhere from a 3 to about a 6 there on the scale. I do have the 10 plus the dB preamp there on the radio, but sounding good there for sure, Radio Man.
Yeah, I got you about S4, S5 over here, so I hear you. No problem, Floyd. Just wanted to try it. That's a good little haul.
Yeah, I do have a live there going on, so you can check it out a little bit later on, or whatever, so you can hear yourself or whatever there up this way here around the bog.
All right, I'll definitely check that out. Hey, you know what? Jim just reminded me of something funny. I'll let Paranoid go.
Roger that there, Floyd. Yeah, you sounded good down here in Waldo, that's for sure. Roger on the walkie-talkie radio, and I got the rubber ducky antenna at this end.
So, Andy, you hearing most of these people tonight, Andy?
Yes, we did. We definitely hear most of them. The people you're talking to now, I really can't hear, though.
Okay, well, they're just talking a minute ago. 029 Floyd, he's over in Mercer, Maine. And the other guy that was just talking is Paranoid, and he's over in Waldoboro. So if there's anyone you want to reach out to, just jump in there.
I do hear Andy up there.
Roger that. Yeah, we were hearing them before, we thought.
Yeah, you guys doubled Paranoid. Paranoid, stand by a second. Andy, try calling Paranoid over in Waldoboro, Andy.
Rochester area. I don't know why, for some reason, I get more of a kick out of talking to New Hampshire, even though it's closer.
Officer, you can understand them.
All right, I'll try it again for that Andy and Wyndham. Andy and Wyndham, can you hear Mr. Paranoid in Waldoboro? Mr. Paranoid in Waldoboro. Hello, Andy and Wyndham.
Andy, do you copy Paranoid? He's trying to call you.
No, sorry to say I don't.
All right, roger that. I heard him say no, I don't. So he can't hear me, but I can just pick him up. I got a good receive on this here.
Pretty sure we heard him earlier, at least someone from Waterboro.
Yeah, Paranoid says he's hearing you. So he's hearing you over in Waldoboro. And yeah, maybe it was someone else you heard. There's Novocaine 2s over that way too. So all right, well, that just kind of gives you an idea. That radio's sounding good though, Andy.
Thank you very much. That's great to hear. Like, you're sounding great down here. I don't know if you're pointing down this way or not right now.
Negative. I'm on the Omni right now.
Where are you at, Andy?
I'm in Wyndham.
10-4 on the Wyndham. You are making a hell of a trip to Auburn.
That's good to hear. Yeah, we're in South Wyndham, right over by the Westbrook line, Gorham line.
Yeah, that's usually a blank spot for me, so you're doing a hell of a job.
Friggin' 980s. Them flamethrowers are great.
Yeah, and I'm hearing them over here, too. Yeah, I got a good copy on them. I heard all that counts, but I can hear them, too.
You hear everything.
Oh, I just need to try it one more time so I can hear it on Floyd's end.
So Jim made me think of a question for everybody.
Oh, let's hear it. You said it was something funny.
Well, I don't know if it's funny, but Jim made me think of it when he said X-Files. Have any of you guys out here seen a UFO?
I've seen things in the sky that, made me scratch my head, but I wouldn't go as far as to say it was a spaceship or anything like that.
Things that make you go, I've been doing astronomy and astrophotography since high school, and I'm pushing 60 now, and I've never seen anything.
Yeah, I can't say I've ever seen anything. The only thing I had that I couldn't explain was one night at my old house in Raymond, I got up to take a leak, and I had a wood stove, and I said, oh, well, I'll go throw a few logs in the wood stove. And, I got pretty good night vision. So when I get up at night, I tend not to turn on lights. When I take a leak, I do for obvious reasons. But, so I'm walking through the house, and there was a glow coming off the wood stove in the room it was in. There's a lot of windows. So I didn't turn on the light. And I sat down on the stool, and it was winter time, and it was dark, obviously. And my house is out in the woods. And where my windows were, it looked out into the woods. There was no roads around. And I'm sitting on the stool, and I'm throwing the logs in the stove. And I'm not kidding you, from the west side of my house, because it was all windowed, this light came in through the window that was so friggin' bright, you would have thought car was shining a headlight. It lit up the whole room. And within about maybe 5 to 7 seconds, it went from the west side of the house all the way across the south side of the house to the west side of the house, and it lit the house up. I looked out the window. I didn't see anything, and I didn't hear anything, and I don't know what the frig it was. And I don't know if I'm not going to say it was a UFO, but I don't think it was a flashlight, and I don't think it was a helicopter, and I don't think it was a car. Someone said it could have been a shooting star, but I would think, like, reflecting off the snow, but I would think that wouldn't have made that much light. But that was the only weird thing I ever saw. And I didn't actually see anything in the sky, but it lit up my whole house in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that would make a lot of poo come out.
Yeah, it sounds like a meteorite. Could have been a fireball or electric Bigfoot.
Well, that was the thing, is I'm not going to say it was a UFO, because I didn't see anything, because I went to the window, and then someone said it could have been some sort of like a meteor, and it was reflecting off the snow, because they did have a blanket of snow on the ground. It was a clear night, but it was friggin' bright. When it lit up, I'm sitting there in my undies, throwing logs in the stove, and I'm like, holy crap, what the hell is that?
Somebody say electric Bigfoot? That's funny.
To the Sam Squanch.
Yeah, if they're big enough, they'll definitely light the sky up.
Boys, we are dealing with at least a 9 to 10 footer Sam Squanch.
What are you trying to say? They got lasers that come out of their eyes now? Yeah, I don't know. That would be a hard one to explain. Even a meteor going by, you know what I mean? You would have thought it would have kind of slowly drifted out, and it wouldn't have been on both sides at once. That's definitely peculiar.
Interesting during Radio Man's explanation. He said the wood stove was on. Then he said it was the winter time.
Well, of course, I'm not running the wood stove in the summer.
I would guess a fireball. Meteor fireball.
Well, Andy, I'll look up what a fireball meteor is. I mean, my first thought was it was some sort of like a piece of something, my first thought it wasn't a UFO, but that was the only thing I ever saw that, I've seen things in the sky, and I figured out later, like, you can see the International Space Station sometimes. You can't, like, actually see it and make out the different components, but when it goes by, you can see the lights. So I've seen things, and I figured out what they were, but I never ever figured out what that was.
Would have been St. Elmo's fire.
You know how many balloons are floating over us at all times in the United States? It would surprise the shit out of you.
Better not be any fucking Chinese balloons.
Yeah, they're high as a kite.
Yeah, you don't normally see them, but there is many. And not many of them are from not this country. They're all from us. We won't get into reasons why they're up there, but yes, there's a lot. There's more of them up there than there are states. We'll put it that way.
That happened in June when they release all the balloons during a wedding.
All right.
I'll see if I can find it, but I'll send you pictures from St. Elmo's fire. It pops up here. Occasionally, because I got the wetlands out front, and when the conditions are right, it'll dance around my trees out front.
Yeah, like I said, that's the only... I just figured it'd be an interesting question to bring up, but it turns out none of you guys really... I was hoping maybe I'd bring it up and I'd hear all kinds of stories, but yeah, that was the only thing I ever saw, and like I said, my first conclusion was not a UFO, probably some sort of like celestial type thing, but Yeah, it was just kind of something. I was like, wow, that's really friggin' weird. But, you know, Screwdriver, the balloon thing, I remember when you told me about that, and I read a lot about radio shit, like not just like CBs and ham. Like I read about anything, and I read an article a long time ago that a lot of companies are researching that as a cheap way. Like cell phone companies were looking at a cheap way to deploy a large area cell site, and surveillance, like private companies were putting them up as surveillance platforms because they were getting around a lot of legalities, you know, constitutionally, I guess. I don't know how it was, but a lot of companies were looking at these balloon platforms. So when you had told me that, I wasn't totally surprised because I had read a story about it many years prior to that.
NASA uses more helium than any other agency.
Yeah, I think I heard Floyd in there asking for a break. But I'll just say, right now, we're running an order for 200 sets of not tethers, but the cradles that hold them. So Google just ordered 200 more of them. So if that tells you anything, and that's about every year we go through that. So anyway, I think that was Floyd. Floyd, if that was you, go ahead. I heard a QSK.
It might have been me down on a different channel. Does this thing sound alright?
No, that is Cyclops. Fix it keyed up with you there, but that is Cyclops 2020, and you are hearing them on your live.
No, that wasn't me keyed up.
Yeah, you're definitely making a pretty decent trip up this way this evening. It's Desmond. This radio sound alright?
Roger, yep. Yeah, that was it was definitely him right before you asked. He was keyed up right before you asked, so it definitely was.
Taz, put a cork in it for a minute.
All right, I'll get back quiet. I know Taz wants to talk and ask questions. I have seen something in the air that I couldn't explain, but I won't get. I'll get into it in a little bit.
Could I have a quick break, CQ? I'd like to try to reach Floyd because that's the very first time I heard him. Floyd, you copying me?
We definitely got a grip on you this evening up this way.
Nice, Floyd. Hey, it's the first time we finally did it. I'm actually running a video feed. Obviously, I have no signal on you, but I got audio, my friend. 2020, we're waving.
Roger, yeah. I do have a live going on Maine TV page right now there. I got you coming in here at about a S1 there, trying to tail over up close to the 2 there. Sounded real good there, Cyclops. Really good there to be able to make the trip to you there this evening for sure.
And we finally did it. I'm so psyched. All right, guys, get back to it. I was just finally able to wave at Floyd. With that quiet, 2020, we're listening.
Appreciate everybody letting me jump in there for a little bit. No doubt about it.
Hey, Screwdriver.
I can hear Floyd way down in there, but not as good as you.
Yeah, that was a hell of a trip there, Floyd, and 2020. That's awesome. Go ahead.
You hearing this radio all right?
Yeah, I'm hearing you good.
Okay, I was just wondering because I wasn't keyed up before.
It sounded like you. I couldn't tell. It was very quick. I didn't really pay attention. I've kind of been back and forth, making sure other people are talking. Well, letting people talk. I got other crap I'm doing, but no, it sounds good. I couldn't tell you. Signal report. The signal meter on this DAC is a little, very questionable right now.
All right, well, just letting you know what I'm sounding like tonight. I'm on a different radio setup altogether.
You actually sound pretty fucking dead on to me. Maybe it's just me, but you, it's probably one of the cleaner things that I've heard you on in a long time, if not ever.
I concur.
Well, it's only 1/4 of the power that the other one had, so.
And what is it for a radio?
That's the Mirage.
Roger. Yeah, well, you could definitely put a different amp behind it if you needed more power, but yeah, it definitely sounds a whole lot better and a whole lot more on channel than normal. And somebody else concurred.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, sounds good over here in Pownell.
Yeah, is that Taz over in Pownell?
Yeah, you're a little off Taz right now, but yeah, that is Taz. Yeah, tell him where he's at. I'm gonna go. I'm looking for some shit for barbecue tomorrow.
He's a little high.
If you can bring your frequency down a bit, there, Taz, you'd be better off.
How's that right there? Let me adjust.
Usually I get everybody at 47, 49. How's that right there?
Better, but you went a little too far, I think.
Yeah, it sounded real low.
I'll try it right there. How's that right now?
That ain't bad.
That sound any better right there? 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello.
Hawkeye?
Yeah, he still sounds off a little bit to me. To me, he sounds low.
Way off frequency.
Sorry, guys, I didn't check the chat. Looks like 420's in there. You want to try from the mill. How old's that message? Oh, it just came through. 420, you still listening? Yeah, you want to try it? I might be able to clear the air for you.
You're completely understandable now, for me anyway.
By the way, this is just going direct to the internet stream there. 420. Send a message if you want to try it. I'll hold the air for you.
When you're receipt.
And hey, Night Train, we got you tonight from the rock pile. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. I'll be heading up through that way to go to camp pretty soon. I'll try calling you guys on the radio on my way through. It'll be early. We're taking my buddy's truck. I convinced him to put a CB in his truck. I got him a quad 5.
Yeah, how about now?
Yeah, that's pretty damn close right there.
I mean, the fine is just so touchy. Even the chorus is just so touchy on it.
All right, 420, hold on a second. We got someone down here local trying to dial his radio in. Let this die down here, and I'll squeeze in, and I'll let you know. Just keep listening. You'll hear me. Right now I'm going live just out to the internet stream, but you'll just keep listening. You'll hear when I say to hold it. Hey, guys, are you all set getting that radio dialed in for Taz?
Yep, go ahead, radio man, go ahead.
Yeah, 420's in there. He's sending me a message on the internet stream. He's up in Millinocket, and he wants to try it, so I was going to see if we could hold the channel there for him to try it. I don't know how much of a delay there is, but he is messaging me, so he's standing by to try it. So 420, if you're in there, go ahead. We'll kind of hold the channel, see if anyone can hear you up in Millinocket.
I heard somebody way down in there, but I'll step down. Yep.
Go ahead, 420.
How about that 420 up in Millinocket? How about that 420 up in Millinocket? Charlie Tango 420. Charlie Tango 420. 029 Floyd waving to you.
I ain't way down in there, 420. 420 Tango. No doubt about it, Floyd. You got Tasman down here in Pownell. I can hear you, but you're way down in there.
Colby, you hearing that guy up in Millinocket?
We hear you out there in Millinocket. We do hear you out there around Millinocket there. 420 Millinocket. 029 Floyd. Yeah, I think I keep keying up with you there, 420. 029, standing by.
You hear him, radio man?
Negative.
Let me try to give it a show.
like he faded out here.
Probably swung his beam.
Yeah, his beam is horizontal. I doubt he's using it to talk to somebody in a mobile.
No, I wasn't. That was just me, yeah. Not doing what I'm supposed to do, as usual.
Hey, radio man.
Yeah, go ahead, Floyd. Go ahead.
Charlie Tango 420 is no longer was in there, but I guess he's having a little bit of issues on the receive side there this evening. And he's not feeling well, so he's going to jump back quiet, but he was out there.
Yeah, okay, Floyd. Appreciate the relay. And yeah, I put him down there. He did tell me he's been kind of laid low with something, hasn't been feeling good. So yeah, I did hear that the other day. Appreciate that, Floyd. All right, guys, thanks for kind of holding the channel there. Let him give it a shot.
How about that 420? How about it 420 up there in Millinocket? You got a copy?
He heard you, Roger, beam.
I thought I could tell someone was keying up, but yeah, it could have just been coming in from another channel. So yeah, I guess this old radio just doesn't quite have the receive in it to hear him. Well, I'm pretty sure my antenna doesn't have it in it to hear him.
Roger, Roger.
Well, we appreciate you trying there, 420. This is just going out direct to the internet stream.
Yeah, I thought I'd give it a try, but I forgot I'm not on the loud radio.
On the best sounding radio you've ever run. Don't worry about it.
So you on the Mud Duck radio?
Yep, 10-4.
Yeah. Good evening, Richard.
Oh man, Richard's out there. I can't hear him either. Damn it.
Yeah, I hear you fine there, Richard. What are you running now? 10-4 on that.
Roger, Richard.
Yeah, you're sounding good over here.
Yeah, Richard. Richard, go ahead. I copy you. Yeah, I don't got a lot of signal on you, but I'm hearing you over here, Richard. Plymouth. Let me see here. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Maybe I got to point the beam.
Floyd, I'm copying him down here in Rochester, too. Richard, I don't know if you got a copy, 2020 waving. 10-4, my friend. You're making the trip. I think they said Plymouth, Maine. I'm down here in Rochester, New Hampshire. It's kind of rough and tough, my friend, but I'm definitely copying you. I heard you in there. I heard you say you had a Ranger, and I heard you talking with Floyd and Radio Man. I'll let you guys get back to it. I'm running a little gate, so you know you made the trip. 2020 off the key.
Yeah, we got you over here, Richard. You're not as strong as you normally been in the past. Yeah, I think even Screwdriver commented that he wasn't hearing you as good as he normally does.
Yeah, I mean, I just assumed it was the receive on this, but yeah, you could be right.
CQ, anybody hear me?
Go ahead, we hear you.
Yeah, Roger. How's this thing sound, Radio Man?
It sounds good. Who we got here?
Yeah, this Joker.
Oh, okay, yeah, Joker, when you came in earlier, I couldn't really understand you, but I hear you now.
Yeah, I was on a different radio. I wouldn't get to 450.
The 450's working. I'm sure everyone's hearing you now.
Yeah, Temple. All right, thank you. I'm going to be back listening.
Sounds good, Joker.
Definitely a lot betterer. Definitely a lot betterer, man.
Well, thank you.
Somebody in wind internet was hollering at you.
Oh, that might have been Andy.
Yeah, just tell him Joker we're hearing him down here in Wyndham.
Yeah, thank you. I'm over here in Lewiston, but thank you again. No, just playing around with the radio, listening to you guys.
Playing around with radios. It's fun.
Yeah, I know. If I had half as many as you did, that'd be good.
Oh, I bet you got half, and I bet at least yours all work.
I don't know if the ice storm or whatever did something to my antenna or what, but I'm hearing a lot of people I don't normally hear.
Maybe it's just a clear night, or yeah, maybe a quarter of inch of ice is still on it and helping suck in some receive.
Or the ice on the ground, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
It's blowing the bounce.
Oh, instead of a moon bounce, it's a land bounce.
All the above.
Speaking of moon, did anybody catch that moon this morning?
Yes.
I didn't. It was too high up in the sky.
It was, when I saw it, it was pretty low in the sky, and man, was it big.
Yeah, it looked very close.
What was low in the sky?
10-4, when I saw it this morning, it was low in the sky.
What was?
The moon. The moon this morning was almost, I don't know if it was full, but it had to be pretty close if it wasn't full. And it was beautiful. I mean, huge and beautiful.
10-4, I understand.
But I knew my arms weren't long enough to catch it.
Speaking of like the moon and stuff, do you guys hear about that big solar eclipse we're going to have in April?
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about that for years now because I like that sort of shit. Yeah, and it's going to be perfect for Maine. It's going to be a full eclipse for Maine.
Well, that's just it. I was looking at the map, and they said Aroostook County. It's going to go right over Aroostook County perfectly. So I was talking to my wife, and I said, geez, we got a place up there. I don't need an excuse to go up there, but I said, we have a place to stay. I said, why don't we just take some time, because it's like a Tuesday. I said, why don't we just take some time off from work and we'll get some of those glasses, and we'll go up to camp and go check out the eclipse in April.
Welding Max works just as good. I bet you got one of those.
Yeah, that's the problem. I only have one, so I'm sure my daughter's going to want to look too, so... my wife was looking online. I guess you can get some glasses or something like that, but I do have a welding mask.
Put a camera behind the lens and I'll watch it on the screen.
Well, it just made me think of it. We're talking about meteors and moons and all that, and we were looking at it, and my wife said, geez, they were showing that it will go over Maine. We should all see it, but... they said, it'll be like dead center over northern Maine. And I said, well, shit, why don't we just go up there? I mean, it's not like I need an excuse to go, but it's a perfectly good excuse to go.
Yeah, any excuse to go to camp is a good excuse.
Amen, brother.
Well, I'm going to be going snowmobiling next week. And we're supposed to be going up a mountain. As long as the conditions cooperate, I'm going to bring my portable radio. I highly doubt I'll be able to reach down here because I'll have to, I'll be up at 2,000 feet, and I'll have to go through like a 5,000-foot mountain known as Katahdin. But I'll give it a shot when I'm up there. I mean, I could bring the Lincoln too. There's a cigarette lighter plug on the snowmobile, and I could plug into the cigarette lighter plug on the Lincoln too, but I just said, I'll bring the Randy. I've hiked up there before, but you can snowmobile up there in the winter, so we thought if the weather's good, we're going to try to take a ride up there.
Put a 102-inch whip off the rear rack of the sled, Lincoln 2, have it mounted, little 203, and you're going to be all set.
Snowmobile's not going to be any good in April.
No. I'm sorry. I changed subjects. I was talking about next week. I'm going up to camp to go snowmobiling.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah, no, I know. I shifted gears on you guys, but I was talking about camp, and no, I'm gonna bring my little Randy in my backpack. I usually take a backpack with me when I go snowmobiling. You know, I keep some shit paper in there and some canned Spam, and all the essentials. A cigar. I'll let you know, Fix It. Like I said, I highly doubt I'd be able to talk to you guys because to get south, I have to go through Mount Katahdin, and that's a 5,000-foot mountain. I'm going to be north of it, and I'll be up on a 2,000-foot mountain. So that mountain's going to have me beat by 3,000 feet.
Roger. Well, some of us got nothing better to do than listen, so, yeah, let me know.
I'll let you know. Don't worry. It's probably going to be, I don't know. It's either going to be Friday or Saturday. I don't know what day we're going to do it.
Break 1-2. 3-7.
Yes, go ahead.
I don't know what station I'm on, but anyway, I'm going to tell you guys, I got Andy this device to take pictures, deep space and regular, like the sun, the moon, and such. It's called a Dwarf 2. It's only like $500, but we have some pretty big telescopes. In comparison, price-wise, that thing has paid for itself, and it's awesome. You can also film people climbing mountains from a distance, from the bottom. It's pretty cool.
Massive telescope as well. I've always wanted to take it out to Screwdriver's camp and use it in the night sky out there.
What kind of scope you got?
Oh, I don't remember what it's called, but it's, probably like 8 inches to 10 inches in diameter and 2 feet long. It's a big one.
Yeah, my Maine is a 10-inch Newtonian.
That's pretty cool. I always wanted to get, I always like looking at like planes and stuff like that. And I was looking at a pair of binoculars, like a really good pair of binoculars for looking at planes and stuff when they go by. And I read about it a little bit, but I don't know shit or shinola about it.
The night sky in town is too bright for it. The city lights just fucking block everything out. The only thing it's good in town for is looking in other people's windows.
Oh, God, Swiper.
Which I never do.
Contact the president about me yet?
You can see galaxies.
You can see the lot of Uranus.
Yeah, you can.
It's weird, he saw the rings around mine.
Oh, I can tell you, I got a story about seeing in the windows. Yeah, well, long time ago when I lived in South Portland, shit, this was from like 20 years ago. I was down by SMTC. There's a gas station down there on Broadway, right by the Mill Creek Apartments. It was late at night, and I'm filling up my truck, and I'm just looking at the apartment building next to the gas station, and I see the light come on in one of the apartments, and I'm not really like paying attention, and I see a girl come in with her a towel on, and I'm like, huh, all right, so I'm watching her. And then next thing I know, she drops her towel and she's, checking her boobs out and stuff and fully naked in front of the window, using the window as a mirror. So I was like, huh. So I look over the guy and says, hey, you getting this? And he says, oh, yeah, I'm getting it. So we're standing there filling our trucks up, we're watching. And then she must have figured out like, oh, fuck. All of a sudden the light goes off. and then the light comes back on. She's running out the door with her towel on. Oh, I better get out of here.
It seemed like something similar to that. There was a girl using somebody's car window as like a mirror, and she fixes her hair and then picks some spinach out of her teeth or something. And then he rolls down the window and she both shits herself.
I always wondered if that one was staged. I've seen a couple of them, I think, but it's always like this super hot chick, and it takes them like 10 minutes to roll down the window, and she's like putting her phone on their window and taking selfies and doing some crazy shit. I'm like, who would do that with a stranger's car? I don't know.
I know, I thought the same thing too, Screwdriver.
Oh, yeah, this is going out direct to the stream. I'm a little late on the message, but 420, if you're still listening, I see your messages here. Oh, you got a bunch of masks. Yeah, I want to meet up sometime. I'm heading up I'm heading up next week to go snowmobiling. So I'm gonna bring my little President CB with me. We'll have a CB in the truck on the ride up. Taking my buddy's truck. He's kind of getting into CB now. So I'll send you a message when I'm heading through. Maybe I'll catch you on the way through.
40 seconds, but I haven't looked. I don't think a ton, a couple hundred.
I saw it. It looked pretty good. It came out good.
It was funny because where I happened to cut it, I didn't even notice, but it was Hawkeye saying something about I can't even make it to work. It's too treacherous out or something. It was just funny.
Oh.
Matter of fact, I had an accident stepping out of my truck, and I went right ass over tea kettle, smashed my back of my head on the step bar to get in, smashed my head on that, banged my elbow, and bit my tongue.
Oh, it was nasty out this morning for sure. I almost fell on my ass a couple of times. I made sure I came. It was bad enough I came back in and I warned the wife. I'm like, take really little steps. I'm talking like a half a step where you're not even one foot in front of the other because I don't have any sand and it's nasty. And now I got bear tar showing.
I guess I was a good husband. I got up early and went and sanded everything.
Sidewalks and stuff. And I came home and salted my own driveway and walkways right away.
Radio Man, I don't even know where my buckets are. I probably have 10 buckets, and obviously sand is free a mile down the road. And I don't even have any here. I haven't put down any sand yet.
Well, my daughter and I went up the other day, and I have her run the shovel, and I shuttle the buckets back to the truck. And, I got my mom here, too. So, I don't want her falling down, and I got my wife and daughter. So I got up early, and it was friggin' treacherous. But I got those, they're like rubber cleats that you can slip on over your boots, and I slipped those on over my boots when I went out today.
I've had some of those in the past. I need to get another set. Those are really awesome.
Yeah, they handed those out at work. I definitely had my pair on this morning.
I had a couple pairs from my last job, and I don't know where they are, but I used to use them for ice fishing. They work amazing.
They make a pair of boots. I think they're called corkers. My friend has a pair of them, and you can change out the soles. They're kind of expensive boots, but my good winter boots I got to replace, and he was telling me about them. And it's like a click-in sole. And he says when you buy them, you get one pair of soles with the boots, obviously, and then you can buy another pair of soles, and they snap onto the bottom of the boot. So he got a pair of like snow soles, because they're winter boots, and then you got a pair of studded soles. I mean, they're not terribly expensive. They're like a couple $100, like $250 for a pair of boots. But I mean, for a good pair of winter boots, I don't feel like that's too crazy. My last pair of boots, I had a pair of Rockies, which I'm going to use, snowmobiling. They're still okay. I've had them forever. The only thing I find is if you're in really, really wet snow, they're starting to leak. So it's time to replace the old Rocky boots. But they're still warm enough to be on the snowmobile in the deep snow. They'll be fine for that, but I got to replace them.
I bet if I was wearing those last weekend when I took off after the puppy, they would have peeled right off.
She's good to go like a pair of slippers. And, she can keep them right in her pocket when she needs them.
I copy that, fix it. Why would your boots have peeled off, Hawkeye?
Just think, Hawkeye, if your feet are getting wet, you know what's getting wet on that dog.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I had to take off. I set the dog down, Radio Man, to get out of the truck. Just set him on the ground and stepped out of the truck, and he fucking took off like a bat out of hell, right towards the main road.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky with my dogs. They got good recall on them. I mean, I take them out hunting with me, and I have to be real careful with them because where they're very prey-driven, I've been out on hikes with them in the woods, and they'll find friggin' porcupines and skunks, and, I have to have good recall on them to make sure they'll come back when they find something I don't want them getting into, because they do find things sometimes I don't want them to find.
Do they just stop? I mean, or have you trained them to the point where they point, or what do they do when they see a bird?
They'll point. Yeah, they'll stop and point. And they'll want to go. I mean, they're kind of like, you ever seen like a Top Fuel dragster sitting on the line, and the whole friggin' car is vibrating, wanting to take off? That's kind of what they do. They want to go, but they'll listen to me. I mean, I've had my dog friggin' find a friggin' porcupine. I've been out with her, and she'll go right up, and she'll stop, and she'll wait for me to release her, but obviously, I'm like, no. Yeah, no, I mean they're pretty good. I mean, they're not robots. I mean, they definitely their recall's good. I mean, they're good. I mean, I'm not going to say that they're like robots and I just give them commands and they do it, but they're pretty good as dogs go.
You guys, I'm just going to say a quick good night to you, and I'll tell you what, have a god goose go after a porcupine and pull quills out of that sucker.
Yeah, I can't believe how fast my daughter's is. She's got super long legs.
Hey, Cyclops, have a good night. Yeah, I think you said your daughter has a GSP too, because my dog is like 80% legs.
Have a good night, Cyclops.
Good night, guys. We'll catch you, God willing, next week off the key.
All right, Hawkeye, I think I remember you said your daughter has a GSP too, right?
Yeah, exactly. She's about 8 months.
Yeah, mine's a little over a year, and she can probably jump like you want to read about, and she's fast, real fast. It's almost scary.
When my dog was younger, there's no way I'd catch her. Well, there's probably still no way I'd catch her because I'm fat and it ain't happening, but she's definitely slowed down a whole lot in the last 13 years.
Yeah, I mean, if I wasn't monitoring them, they could get into trouble. But, for the most part, if I tell them not to go, they won't go. Because, I mean, I've went out with them, and they, like I said, they've found porcupines, and I'm like, son of a bitch, one of them, she jumped down into the ditch, and it was late. It was getting late in the day. We were bird hunting, and the sun was going down. I was getting to, like, the last half hour of the hunt. And I was about ready just to put her in the truck, because that's when all the little critters start to get active, is right at dusk. And I'm like, yeah, this is kind of the witching hour for skunks and porcupines. And she jumped down into a ditch, and I thought she found a bird. And I called her back out of the ditch, and she come out of the ditch, and I went up to the ditch to look, and there was a porcupine down in there. I said, oh, yeah. Yeah, so you got to be careful, like first thing in the morning and right as the sun's going down. That's the worst.
Screwdriver.
Yeah.
Do you miss the smell of gasoline in your truck?
No, all I've done is driven it home and parked it out back. It hasn't moved since I brought it home.
Yeah, probably fine. You've gotten used to it. Something just won't feel right.
Nah, it was weird because I could smell it, but it was only like every few weeks, and it didn't matter where the...
4:20. So the plan is camp is in Ashland, and the only planned trip I know of we have right now is we're heading up to the Allagash, and if weather cooperates, we're talking about heading up to Booley.
Same with mine.
No more smoking in the truck. Oh, no, now you can smoke in the truck. Now it's safe.
It was weird because I would swear I'd smell it around the front, you know, never up back. I knew it's coming from like the engine compartment, the front, like left driver's side fucking fender, you know, and I think there's like a charcoal canister up there, so I don't know if it was actually catching the fumes and it was going up there and doing what it should, and then it was too much, or I don't know, because like I said, I had the truck for 3 years and I smelt it since I had it, but it definitely wasn't all the time. It was a rare occasion, and it got bad that last week, obviously.
I have a terrible sense of smell, so I didn't smell mine for the longest time, and then I think your dad, Screwdriver, was the one that clued me onto it, that it smelled like gas around my truck.
Yeah, it was weird, because like I said, I mean, if the longer I let it idle, obviously the worse it was. You know, when you're driving, I assume it was a return line. So when you're driving, you really don't have much of a return, so there's no pressure building up, but I assumed it was a return line. I mean, I guess it could be a feed line. You know, you're trying to push too much through it until you're driving. It was more idling, and it was usually after I got somewhere. It wasn't like I could start it up at home, it wasn't bad. It was like I just drove it to work, and I go to get out of my truck, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I can smell that, you know, just from the 30 seconds apart.
Mine was the pump and the feed line.
You know, Screwdriver, on my truck, my fuel pump went out like that, where the lines come out, and you could only smell it. It was so, well, I mean, it's obvious because where the fuel tank was, but you know how it is with gasoline. You spill gasoline on your clothes, you smell it. You spill gasoline in your garage, you fucking smell it. My truck, you could only smell it at the driver's side rear door between the cab and the bed. It was so weird. And I have one of those inspection cameras, you know, it's got the, you know, for doing the rectal exam type cameras. And I went up and I looked at the top of the tank and I could see it was a little wet. But it was just weird. I could only smell it right between the cab and the bed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's where the fumes are going to accumulate and waft up. That was the weird part. Like, I smelled back there towards the tank, and I got under there many times. Doug has looked at this 4 times for me in like 3 or 4 years. He's never found anything, you know, because I've brought it in there before and been like, hey, you know, I smell gas, and you know, they've probed around and like, I you know, they spent an hour. They're like, I can't find anything. So I mean, it's been, it's not a huge issue because it never really bothered me because it was very rare. And I bet if I drove the truck every day, it might have only lasted fucking 3 months. I don't know.
I lived with mine for the longest time, and then it started getting real bad. Then I would see puddles.
Yeah, mine. That's what mine did. You know, I drove it to work one day. I'm like, man, I smell gas, but I didn't see any puddle. Drove it home, didn't really notice. And then I went into town for something, and I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure there's a little wet spot in there. I brought it home, and I fucking left it in the driveway, just idling, and it was within like 30 seconds of park there. There's like, I could see it like almost pouring out. When I drove it there, I'm surprised I made it, but I started it, and it left a line of gas, you know, from here to there.
We would go to work, everybody, your dad included, and start the diesel, and we'd sit there for 10 minutes while that damn thing warmed up. And, you know, we'd all be sitting in our running vehicles, and that would, you know, just sitting in a running vehicle parked, that's when it started making puddles.
I had planned on going out back and talking on the radio because it's pretty warm out, and I know the room would be nice and warm, but, oh, man, I want to about to use this old turd?
It sounded good all night. I mean, I didn't hear it skip a beat. Yeah, it's fucking 37 degrees, 37 degrees outside right now.
Frickin' right. I really should go. I think I actually gotta go put some more diesel on the heater because it's been a few days. But yeah, I think I gotta go throw down my heating wire and maybe start melting a little bit more snow out front of the bay. Not that I could ever get a fucking bike or anything out. Well, I don't even have a bike in there, so it don't matter. But at least the walkway part of it.
Hey, did you ever end up looking at that water heater thing, that video? I know you watched about half of the first one, but the second one was really the one I wanted you to watch.
Yeah, I watched a few of them. I was looking into it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would bother with one for a vehicle. That's just me. But I'll tell you, I do think I might get one next summer, and I have plans.
Yeah, I thought you might. You mentioned it earlier, and I'm like, oh man, yeah, you could just take some fucking garden hose, like 100 feet of garden hose there, and just bury it.
Yeah, but even PAX, how much is PAX? Now I did some research. They say it's hard to do any type of radiant heating in gravel. They say the air kills it. But I see people using sand, sand shit. So I'm like, maybe I can rake it back and get enough sand just to fill it with sand and pack it around it, and then put some gravel on top. I'm not really sure. It didn't. You can put pavers on top, and supposedly it works good. So I don't know. I did some research, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not looking for it to be great. I'm not going to be pumping 40-degree water through it. If I'm going to use this thing, I'm going to turn it on for 2 hours when it's snowing or after it's snowing, and it's going to be pumping fucking 180-degree water. I'm thinking it's going to melt what's on top.
Yeah, that's what you said. Paper. I was going to say something, a metal sheet or anything that will, absorb the heat from those pipes. If sand's not going to do it, I don't know anything about that. So, yeah, I would have thought just freaking rating whatever you got there would have been enough to melt ice and snow.
That other video you sent was questionable.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, because I send a lot of questionable videos.
Oh, the one about the birdhouses in Tannerite made me laugh.
Got right at base height.
Yeah, that's the Tannerite birdhouses. Yeah. When I see something that fucking makes me chuckle, I gotta share.
What'd you guys think of that black woman? She was on fire.
Oh man, yeah, I'm following her.
She was like, "Goddamn fucking Joe Biden."
Watched a couple of them man, I'm gonna have to put her on my headphones at work and just fucking start from her beginning video and just listen to her rants.
I didn't even check out her page because I'd seen Screwdriver said something to that effect. I just listened to the video you sent, liked it, and followed because that was fucking awesome. And I'm assuming I'll get some in my feed now.
Yeah, she. Oh God, I was dying listening to that.
In this thing and get the signal up and the receive up on sideband a little bit, but I have to run this thing a little more often. This is a pretty radio, and if it's working fairly decent, I don't know. I know on AM the thing was blatting.
You know what's funny about that video you posted, Screwdriver? Is right when it starts, that's it. I can't make it to work.
Oh, man, it was perfect timing listening to Hawkeye say that. I'm like, oh, this is fucking great.
Yeah, I wish I'd thought to record it. I did the same thing. I rolled down my window and I was like, I just punched it out.
put down 2 inches, you think it's going to fall in, you push the 2 inches out, you roll down to the 2 inches, and I heard you say, we were real quick talking about it, I'm like, fuck, I got to roll down my passenger side to see the traffic coming to get out of my driveway, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'm going to record this just because we are literally talking about it right this second. So, I know you have a computer in front of you, but, do you have a laptop or anything there that you can grab and put on your bench? That was directed at you, Radio Man, sorry.
Yeah, I was just about to say, who are you talking to? No, my laptop shit the bed.
Roger. I was just going to say, I can send you over the program that I'm using. It's just an Excel fucking sheet, but, I got you'd have to add more people, the more people come, but it's got a sub-sheet that has everybody's name and, where they're at, so when you start typing in a name, it automatically fills it in, or can, in any spreadsheet will do that from just the name, but you'll type in the name, and it'll also, in the next cell, type in where they're from, assuming you have that already in the other little table, but I've got, 30, 40 people in there. It'll type in where they're from, and it'll timestamp what they're doing, the time that you actually reported it in. And then it's just easy enough. There's a column for signal. If you did like a signal, it's a whole lot easier than writing shit down or typing stuff out. I know that. If there's new people, obviously you still got to type it in.
Well, you could send it over because my computer has 2 monitors. So one monitor is just for radio shit. The other monitor is for if someone when Rice T mentioned that thing, I looked it up on the internet. So one monitor is just dedicated to radio shit. The other monitor I just do for working on stuff.
Roger. Yeah, like I said, it seems pretty convenient. I've used it a couple of times. Like I said, it already has one sheet with 30, 40 names on it, and their locations. Obviously, you can add people as it goes, but it just the fact that it auto fills in where they're at in the time, it saves time. Even if you're abbreviating shit or you remember where they are. I know the few times that I've done the check-ins, I'm like, yeah, this is almost too much. It'd almost be easier using your fucking cell phone with talk to text, truthfully.
I'm really thinking about getting a new phone because the talk to text on my phone lately is just horrendous.
Well, mine is because I slur a little bit. I don't enunciate very well, especially since my thing. So it's, and I don't proofread. So I will, just say something and hit send, and then I'll look at what I'm saying, and I'm like, what the fuck was I trying to say?
Well, the thing is when I use talk to text, it's because I'm too busy to type it. So if I'm too busy to type it, I'm too busy to proofread it until after, and then I'm like, oh my god, what a fucking imbecile I am.
Yeah, I don't use it often, because I don't necessarily get my phone out while I'm driving. I have a couple of times, but very rarely. Obviously if I'm at work or I'm down here, I don't talk, you know what I mean? I'm not at work, I'm not going to be talking to myself at my fucking desk, so I will type something out. Granted, autocorrect still makes me look like a moron, because I don't know how to spell shit. I don't know how I graduated the school system.
Yeah, that seems to be a running joke around the jobs that I'm at now. Everybody's, we're not fucking super geniuses over there, so yeah. And I've been doing construction, and my wife's been doing all the writing for me for 30 years. I pull out a pencil to mark a measurement. That's about it.
Well, my handwriting is. Yeah, I didn't have to learn how to write all over again when that happened, but I'll tell you, my handwriting is horrible. I used to have pretty decent handwriting, and not anymore.
Yeah, this is actually good for me because I do have to do a lot of writing now. So it's actually good for me. I'm getting, much better at it. It comes back. I did go to school. I do know how to write, and I was just so out of practice,
Yeah, I mean, even still, while I'm at work or wherever, I'm like, how often do I actually write? I mean, everything's on the computer or the phone, so I'm like, I still don't write a whole lot, so I try to make it a point to, jot something down every few days. Ooh, I got a new rod and a blanket, not a blanket, but a thing to hang at my door up in my radio room to separate the radio room from the rest, so I will have even more better heat up there.
Nice.
What I was thinking, I was like, hell yeah, my wife ordered it off Amazon or something, and it was sitting on my chair when I got home.
Did you get some of that felt like I had at my camper?
I don't know what it is. It's like a really thick, heavy, I wouldn't say shower curtain, but we have them upstairs because we have skylights that let in a lot of light, so they black out the skylights, and they work amazing for that. But they're really thick, and they hold out heat, too. I think I actually have one at camp in between the bedroom and the rest of my camper.
Oh, like the packing blankets.
Yeah, pretty much. With big ring holes in the top, just meant for this type of a thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Glad you do. So I was gonna put it in there tonight, and like I said, I kind of got sidetracked, and here I am. I have a question. This is completely off topic, a little whatever, risky, whatever. I don't care. So I heard this today on my ride home, and I've heard this multiple times over the last few weeks. I've been hearing it for years, but never really paid attention. But and I don't know how racist this is. And I kind of want to say it all the time, but I've been hearing a ton of people on here shooting skip, especially on Channel 6, Channel 11, some big boys. And them motherfuckers are calling everybody cotton picker. And I'm like, man, if I call him a cotton picker, am I going to be a racist fuck?
A what picker?
A cotton picker. You're a cotton picker? Well, oh, my cotton picker friend, and it just, I'm like, it's kind of like calling somebody a picker, I guess. I don't know. I'm like, it just seems very racist, but, they use it all the time.
Huh. I don't know. I've never heard it.
Really? Oh, listen to Channel 11 or Channel 6. In the next few days, if you're on the radio and you hear a bunch of skip, just give it a quick listen. I've been hearing it a lot the last few weeks. And from what I can tell, and I assume they are black people saying it, and in my mind, I hear cotton picker, well, what does that mean? It just seems like it's a slang to me, but they use it pretty freely, just like it's, they're a rapper or something. I'm like, well, maybe it's not racist. I mean, I have no problem if somebody calls me a cracker.
Yeah, I'm not made of glass. I don't care what people call me. That's why I'm such a good troll. I don't care how people come back at me.
Is it cotton picked by machines now?
Oh, I'm sure it is. There's just kind of one of those things. And, I mean, I don't care what people say. I don't purposely try to be mean, but, whatever, fuck it. There's a lot of people that don't like me. Hence the carrier out here earlier, the carrier on Monday on Channel 12. And I noticed the carrier out here earlier was, I'm like, I hadn't even keyed up yet. So I'm like, maybe it's not directed exactly at me.
Yeah, I don't know about anybody else, but that was about a 9 over here. It's pretty strong. I waited till after everybody was trying to talk, but I wanted to let, I don't know if you guys glanced at the meter, but it was a 9 over here.
Not strong over here. Strong enough to be in the way. I mean, it was a good signal, but it wasn't like crazy. I do know when I turned my beam around on Monday, and this looked like the same thing, so I don't know if it was, so I'm not going to say, but spinning my beam around, it was definitely coming from, northeast area, which, is right in town.
Yeah, Yeah, I kind of figured it was in town, but actually Radio Man was getting through it. I mean, obviously they were together, but I could hear Radio Man through it, and I was glad he just went right on with business.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. I didn't want to keep him going, but that's what's kind of great about sideband, especially if you don't have a slow AGC. I do notice when I'm on the ICOM, when I put my AGC on slow, it makes everybody sound better, and it makes them sound, well, like throwing it up. But when you have it on fast, because the backswings are so fast that you'll hear 2 or 3 people talking at once, which I heard a lot of that tonight, and I'm like, fuck me. I'm like, I don't have that slow where the strongest signal prevails type deal.
Fuck that carrier.
I had it on slow, but I had to put it back on fast because 500 was in there, and he sounded really bad to me, but we were really close, and he had a massive amount of swing, so I had to shut it off because I couldn't even understand him.
Yeah, well, Radio Man said, fuck that carrier. I mean, you know, it's funny because I just heard you say he had a massive amount of swing, and I heard Radio Man say something similar earlier, like somebody was giving him a 6 swinging a 7. And I'm like, you know, people should give you a 0 swinging up to whatever they give you, a 20, a 7, a 60. I'm like, the whole point of sideband is there is no carrier, so you shouldn't be having any type of a dead key. It should be a 0 swinging up to a 7. If you have a pause, I assume right there, unless you have a slow AGC, I'm swinging back to 0.
You're swinging back to 5 here.
Swinging to 0 here.
Oh, and there might be a little residual in there, and if you have a fan or background noise, yes, there will be something. I mean, I have seen, like, Swiper has a lot of background noise most nights with his fan noise. I've seen Swiper actually dead key like a 10 or a 12 up here. Like, he could leave it keyed up and it was a 10. If I, like, leave this keyed up and I don't say anything, I see my amp shut right off, and I guarantee someone's going to start talking because I have no signal coming out.
Yeah, well, so when I tell people, when I give them the signal report and I say, like, S6 swinging S7, I'm kind of just watching their signal like they talk, like I'm normally talking. That's what I'm talking about. No, 500 was doing something weird at one point where it was like, you know, there's this kind of pause. I'm talking, it was doing it in between syllables where he was swinging, and that was not normal. And then it stopped doing it.
If you don't have enough drive, it'll definitely dump that amp out. And once it dumps the amp out, it usually comes back to nothing. So, yeah, if you're not driving that amp with enough audio, I can see that.
Yeah, when I run the 2950 on sideband, I get that. I hear you guys tell me, you're cutting out. You got to stay on the audio a little more. And I don't seem to get that response from you guys on this.
Yeah, because right now you have background noise. You have a fan running or a jet airplane or something, so you're dead keying like a 3 over here, so you never actually swing back.
How about now? Did that do it?
I can hear it a little bit, but you do swing back to, on this radio, which the meter is, like I said, what it is, but you are coming back to a 0 now.
I thought I had that solved, man. I don't know if I touched it, and you know how it goes. I thought I had that solved, because I was trying to get rid of that fan noise, and especially when I get excited on AM.
God damn it.
God damn it, getting excited. Yeah, like this thing, I guarantee it's probably loud enough where it's picking up some fan noise, and, you know, because my fan just kicked on, and it's getting nasty, so it's like, yeah, I get it. It happens. It's not a big deal.
So nobody heard that 5-second dead key?
Exactly. Like I said, if you pause enough, like I said, if you underdrive it, you won't actually, you'll notice that it'll unkey. You'll hear like a, you know, your relay clicking or whatever.
Yeah, my relay's in the basement.
Yeah, I'm the same way here. I don't hear my final clicking. I can see my Texas stars right in front of me, so I can see the light that's on the meter. It lights up when you talk, so I know when it's actually being keyed up and good. But, yeah, I don't hear the one in there. running your big one tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. Are you running into the, are you driving into the 2-pill first?
Yes, I am. And it looks like I'm swinging to about 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really good, you know, and I know, you know, like I said, it's a Class C amp, so you've got to keep it in the linear portion of the amp to sound good. And I don't know if it's just because that radio is driving you 2-pill harder and driving that harder. I mean, you're only swinging to 1,000, which sounds like you're calming them out, but it sounds very linear and very good. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Your other radio, half the time it's stock louder. It's not to do with your relay kicking off. It's just you sound off frequency because you're under driving the amp, and you haven't had that happen tonight at all, or last week.
Yeah, I haven't. The only time I've touched that 50 was to try to replace the lights, which I'm still unsuccessful. I've been successful right until I put the covers back on and put it on the shelf and turn it on, and then they pop.
What do you mean they pop?
I mean, I take it out, I work on it, before I put all the covers back on, I test it, it looks great. Oh, I can't wait to have this back on the shelf. And I put the covers back on, put it on the shelf, plug it all back in, turn it on, and boom. Both of the new light bulbs pop.
Have you tried, like, putting it together and just screw the faceplate all on first and put it, you know, powered it up with the faceplate all back together and no cases?
No. It's just, you know, I plug the faceplate back in and try it. Apparently, Fix It had looked it up, and apparently there are 2 6-volt batteries in series. So that might be why I'm having an issue. I don't know why they would pop a 12-volt, though. That doesn't make sense in my head. They should just be dimmer.
Yeah, I assume you meant the light bulbs?
I'm sorry, what?
I assume you meant light bulbs, not batteries?
Did I say batteries? Yeah, I meant bulbs.
Okay, I was just making sure we're on the same page. Yeah, Fix It is wrong. They are definitely 12-volt bulbs. They're not running series. You can definitely blow one side, not the other. I've seen it many times. But yeah, they shouldn't blow from that. So the only thing I'm thinking is, you know, is your radio getting overvolted? I mean, where's your power supply setting? And if it's getting overvolted to that much, if your power supply is fucking up, you know, the only thing I think is maybe when you tighten the screw on the case on, I would think it's more on the faceplate. When you put the faceplate on, something's shorting out. That's where I would go with it. I think it's something shorting out on the faceplate, but there's a little bit of a chance when you go to put the case on that you're tweaking the side of the board and your voltage regulator is getting pulled off the board. There's a cold solder joint on it or whatever, but your voltage regulator is fucked up. Usually that's going to cause a lot of other issues in the radio, though, so I don't know. That'd be questionable.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I don't know why I haven't checked the voltage. I mean, there's checkpoints there. I know where they are. I should have tested the voltage coming off that plate. I don't know why I haven't. I got depressed after like the 3rd time, so I need a break from it. And next time I go at it, I'll make sure I test what's on that board for power. And I did know that you could pop one without the other, because the first time it happened, one of the LEDs popped, but the other LED was not working. It wasn't popped, but it was not working.
Yeah, I know I've lost one on one side, still had half the display lit up more than once.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled both light bulbs off the board, thinking they were both done, but I decided, I might as well test them. And sure enough, that one of them lit up. And you know how I tested it? I put it on continuity there. Well, the continuity puts a little juice in it, and it lights up with that little bit of juice.
Yes, sir.
I didn't even have to look at the meter. I fucking lit the bulb up. I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's working.
Yeah, does make me wonder about the other LEDs being low on the push buttons. It kind of makes me wonder, is something shorted out on the board? Is something short in the ground? Because they should all be, well, I say 12 volts. 12 volts, but yeah, when you hit dimmer, obviously they should go through their stages. It'll come on like 6 volts, 8 volts, fucking 10, 12, whatever the hell it happens to do. I don't know the voltage readings, but yeah, that's weird.
I'm gonna give it another try. Probably this weekend, actually. I'll probably give it another try this weekend, because I really do want the fucking thing lit up again. And to be honest with you, when I did have it lit up, it lit the buttons up as well, more. So maybe me thinking the buttons are too dim is just because those other lights are gone.
Yeah, anything's possible. I know I've seen one do that, though, with the buttons are very dim. I got one that does it. I don't remember which 50 or 70 I own that does it, but I hate to admit that I own more than one Ranger, but I know I have a radio that the buttons are half as bright as all the rest of the 50s and 70s I have buttons.
All right, guys, the wife and I are going to watch an episode of Yellowstone, so I'm signing off for the night. You guys have a good night.
Have a good one, man. We'll catch you later.
Wow, that was abrupt.
Yeah, sorry, she just came in and said, hey, you want to do Yellowstone? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Let's do it. I'll sign off.
All right, have a good night. See ya. I'm probably going to do the same thing myself here, but go to bed.
Is it really that late? Holy fuck.
Yeah, it's an hour episode, and 11 o'clock is usually my bedtime, so sometimes later. I don't need much sleep anymore. An old fart sucks.
Have a good evening.
It's been a good time. You guys have a good night.
Original bulbs in a 2950, just like wheat bulbs.
Have a good one. Yeah, the original ones are little wheat lamps with little condoms on them.
So, I take it these new LEDs have the resistors already built into them?
The second ones he bought did, yup.
Ones I have no resistors on them. They've labeled 12 volt, 5 millimeter. That's the size of them, and the condom fits perfectly on them.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually the condoms get fucking so dry rotted they disappear. I have to buy orange bulbs or whatever color I want to put in the damn thing.
Well, initially that's what I did, but those ended up being the wrong voltage, and I popped them too. But the condoms they're perfect. They're in great shape.
Nice. Don't get in trouble.
All right, I'm out. Bye.
You better hurry. The Yellowstone music's starting.
Oh, wait, no, that might be Gunsmoke.
Inspector Gadget.
You buy online now, Hawkeye, will be 12-volt LEDs. Well, obviously, you're searching for 12-volt LEDs. I have some old school ones that had, well, you can still get them that have like a 2-inch or 3-inch wire on them. And some of them you can actually, you'll see a resistor in line with them. But now, they kind of dope it into the actual, because there was so much, use for 12-volt. They actually make a 12-volt LED with resistors built into the LED. I mean, you can't see it per se, but an LED, the whole point of a diode is they operate at like 1.5 volts to 3 volts. You take a regular LED, put any more than 3 volts to it, and it goes, see ya.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking was that, I've converted to LEDs, used them to convert before, and always had to use a resistor, but, that was 10 years ago, probably, before the 12-volt ones. But definitely it doesn't make sense that it was sitting there on the bench working, and then he puts the covers on and they pop. So, yeah, something sounds like it's getting shorted out.
Yeah, but keep in mind that there's like 40 of those like 1-inch long pins that all have to slide in. Maybe he didn't line up the pins. It's very easy to get the pins not lined up.
And my thought is, like, there's 3 boards there, if I remember right, they're stacked together. The pins slide through a middle board. Because you got your like push buttons and you got all your pins that slide through a middle board, then slide through a backboard. That's all your wiring. I'm like, if that happens to be when he has it apart, you know, he has it on. He's like, okay, yeah, it's working. And for some reason, he puts the faceplate on, and let's say the faceplate pushes the screen itself back a little bit if it's not completely lined up or whatever the case is. Could be pushing that screen back a little bit, causing one of those pins to short out. Kicking around for spares for lights and CPUs and faceplates, and I think I've given them all away by now. I don't know. It's been a long time.
You don't have any IRS 520s over there, huh?
With the bracket full, if you mounted it to a bracket, would that short it out? That happened to a Emperor TS20, whatever, 5010.
The bracket, yeah, it could, for sure. I do not, but I actually just ordered some 520s and some 13N10s and some trial Z24s, which are supposedly the equivalent of the new RT1. So I actually just put in an order for like about 50 transistors.
Oh, good, because I was just going to order some 520s. But you know, it also looks like typically when those short out, it takes out the tip 36 with it. So you might have to order one of those too.
Yeah, it depends on how they fail. I did see that. Why, did you have one blow up?
No, I'm just thinking about you.
Oh, Roger. Yeah, and I don't know what I think it's Q36. I don't remember what that was for a transistor. I did not order any of those, but I did see some, you know, I definitely saw some people say the same thing, so I probably should look those up and order like 5 of them.
Is it too late to check in or what?
Not at all. How are you doing?
Well, I'm 1019 from another shift.
Roger, on your way home.
I know I am home. I already checked in with the Hawkeye.
Oh, man. You're already home? Well, so you're on your base radio, even better.
Yeah, but I got to do an island inspection here fairly soon. I got to be up and early with the Dawn Patrol, and I got to be up to Bucksport tomorrow morning.
Man, you're making me tired with these 2 jobs.
I'm just rolling in the dough right now, though.
I hope it's actually helping out and you're getting caught up, because, don't get me wrong, I either need to cut back on some shit or I need to do the same thing.
Yeah, 10-4. I'll be finished with my battery box hopefully within the next week or so, so I'll be putting a video on YouTube, but I'll send you everybody a link.
Fucking right. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it done.
You and me both.
I love those type projects. Just, you know, take your time and do it, and, yeah, it's just, you know, you see the progress, and you're like, fuck, this is cool.
Yeah, every time I finish up a circuit, I got to bring it up and show somebody. But yeah, I'm just waiting on some Anderson connectors. I ordered some fuses, and I've got I've got a 12-volt socket coming, hopefully either tomorrow or Saturday. And after that, we should be just about wrapped up.
Nice, good for you. Yeah, I wish I fucking had the ambition to do some more projects. I got a bunch of them kicking around that I really want to do, but yet I really haven't been ambitious enough to do them yet.
I feel kind of guilty because all I'm doing is modifying something I already bought. I mean, I didn't start from bare bones scratch, but for the price and the amount of, or for the parts that I wanted to throw at it, it just made sense to. I mean, it was cheaper to buy the complete boxes
want and modify it up.
And those boxes, especially the one from Gigaparts, those are meant to be modified. I mean, the way they've got it set up as sold is kind of foobar, but whatever. But if you've got the inclination and the time and want to do it the way you want to, then yeah, I highly suggest it.
I do the same thing even when I'm doing something like building a set of bars for somebody. I mean, I'll build some bars from scratch, but I'll tell you, if I'm on a motorcycle, like, I would rather modify your bars that you have. You just want them wider, narrower. You know, it's easier to start with something that's close. You know, if I'm building gas tanks, I've done a couple of gas tanks just out of sheet metal from scratch. You know, I got an English wheel, I got a fucking some hammers and stuff, and I've done them. But I'm like, it's going to cost $150 in materials and take me, 100 hours to do. The tank that's close, it's going to cost you $150 for the tank, and it's going to take me 5 hours to cut it and weld in strips and, do what you want to make it custom.
Yeah, 10-4, those Anderson plugs, the double ones and even the single ones, those cost, what, $22, $23 a piece? I think, well, it was a Christmas present, but I think my parents spent all of $82. Each one of those charge sockets, that 4 ways, the switch, the voltmeter, 12-volt socket, and USB plugs, those are the cheapest I found on Amazon were like $18. So just those right there, you're not even counting the banana or the binding posts. You're not including the other stuff too. Yeah, it's just wiring. It just made sense to get it cheaper than to buy it complete and then modify it at the end. So.
Jesus Christ, guy, if you want to talk, ask for a break. Don't keep up and do that stupid tone shit.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Oh, I'm sure it's the same person, Taz, that's been doing it for all week, and I'm sure they're on AM or FM or something. I doubt they're throwing a tone on sideband. Maybe they are. I'm not looking at it. Maybe Radio Man can tell if he was looking at his scope, but I'm sure it's the same people, and I'm bothered. I mean, they're annoying, but it is what it is. It's not stopping them from talking, so it goes away. But, no, that's awesome. And, I mean, when you're done, you're going to have something that you're going to keep forever and, hopefully get some more activations and go out in the middle of the woods.
Absolutely. All right, I'm going to hang it up. I'm going to do an eyelid inspection. We'll catch everybody later.
Have a good one.
Catch you later, man.
Eyelid inspection.
Radio Man.
Ineffective carry. Yeah, it's somebody, they're going a little above frequency, they're going a little below frequency. It's someone dying to be noticed. One hand on their knob, the other hand over their heart, hoping to be noticed.
Does it actually look like it's on sideband by the bandwidth, or is it like AM or something?
Nah, it looks like, I haven't really looked that closely, but I can tell it's going above and below frequency. Well, excuse me, it's moving around a little bit in the passband.
Roger.
Break. Yeah, we're getting the same thing on this end.
Yeah, I haven't tried to turn a beam or go on a beam to see where it's coming from. I assume, it's the same people who couldn't do anything with their music earlier, and the same people that were doing it earlier in the week. I mean, maybe it's not, and I don't even know who it is, because I don't care. I haven't looked. Yes, ma'am.
Do I sound any different at all tonight?
You sound perfect on sideband. I mean, you sounded great on AM early this week, so I don't know if you actually changed anything, but that radio is definitely dead nuts.
Yeah, that Yaesu came in.
Which one is that?
FTDS10.
Oh, is that what you're on tonight? You're not on the 980?
Correct.
Roger. Well, that'd probably be why it sounds dead on then, because that thing sounds good.
Oh, I'm loving this, baby.
And, 100 watts is going to be a lot better than this one getting the 12 or 15 out of the 980.
Yeah, that's true. I'm I'm keeping the other one too, but I've been having fun with this one.
It's not going to have the oomph on it on AM that the 980 does, but yeah, it sounds great on sideband.
Yeah, I believe it only does 25 watts on AM.
Yeah, and it's going to swing backwards. I don't know if you've got a meter in line. I would hope you have a meter. If you're spending that kind of money on equipment, you probably should have a good meter, but if you get too loud on AM, you'll see the ALC hitting, it'll start swinging backwards. You're not going to get a whole lot of forward swing. You know, if you turn it down, if you keep it at like 5 to 10 watts, well, my ICOM doesn't even like to go to 5, but 10 watt dead key, you'll see a little bit of forward swing, a little bit of backward swing. You know, and they'll sound good. You just got to watch your audio level. Try to get it loud like a CB, and it'll start sounding like crap.
Roger, yeah, so my meter is on its way, and so isn't the splitter.
I assume you're getting like a switch box.
No, they're doing that shit on AM.
Yep, they are doing that on AM. And yeah, it is a switch box.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, not a... If you just like use a T or a splitter, you will fry both radios, so a switch box is good. You know, preferably a better quality one, not a no-name brand one. You know, an Alpha Delta or even an MFJ or something is pretty good. Some of the cheaper, you know, $20 eBay specials is kind of, it's questionable.
Yeah, I couldn't find one that cheap.
Yeah, usually on a good switch box, you'll spend $100 to $130 or so for a decent one.
Yeah, I call those switch things, I don't know why I keep calling them a splitter. I think of, like cable, regular TV cable. But anyway, yeah, I guess ours was a little bit more than 200 because it's remote.
I don't know what you bought then, but, yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a good one. I don't know, I've never spent $200 on mine, but, you know, if it's a remote one, you know, that has an electronic head and the remote for the switches, you know, yeah, you're going to definitely spend some more money.
Yep, Andy's sitting here shaking his head, yep. We actually have, Andy works with somebody who is a ham operator, and he did it for the military, so he's kind of instructing us on, you know, the good stuff to get. So I'm kind of thankful for that.
Roger. Yeah, the remote ones are great. They're more meant to be mounted, like, out at your antenna and your tower. I don't know how well it's going to work to switch between radios. I don't know. I've never run one, but they're more designed so you're only going to run one coax to your tower, and then you can have 4 antennas out there. So you don't get to run 4 lengths of coax if you're going out, you know, 500 feet to your antenna system. You only need one, and then the control wire for the remote.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, we're not going to run 50 different antennas. That's just not going to happen. And it would take up a lot of yard, I'm sure. But no, we're just going to use it to switch between the 2 radios.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a radio that you need more than one antenna for, like you do, I mean, you're going to need a few antennas, you know. You might as well step that up.
Maybe I will have a ham antenna, but I don't want to go too big with the antenna because, you know, there is a limit.
Well, that radio, any antenna you're going to run is going to be bigger than a CB antenna because it's on a lower frequency. So, yeah, you know, I suppose you might be able to get one that has more coverage, but chances are, you know, you're going to have more than one, and it's going to probably be bigger than the IMAX.
Yeah, I've been looking at some. They look really nice, But when they start talking, you got to get a crane to get it up. I'm thinking, well, that's going to be kind of hard.
Yeah, you go something like a long wire, a sloping V, or I'll tell you what I run that I've had really good luck with. I mean, it's not the best performance, and on ham, you don't necessarily need the best performance because there's not many pile-ups in competition. It is what it is. But I run a G5RV. It's basically a wire with a ladder line feeding it, and it's hidden. You know what I mean? You can mount it anywhere, and you run your wires, and it's got pretty good coverage. It works really well.
All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm shutting it down. Have a good night.
Hey, have a good one.
Have a good one.
Yeah, we'll talk to you later. Where is she at, Screwdriver?
Down there.
All right, everyone, listen to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I gotta shut it down and go to bed. Have a good night. This is Radio Man out.
In there.
Oh.